Atics Live for the fans, by the fans, on literally the best night of the week. Why is it the best night of the week? Fanatics Live is on. So you need to make sure, spread the word, share, let it be known, let it be heard that we are here. I got the panelists of experts. I know there's a lot of pundits out there on other platforms, but guess what? You will not get it raw and uncut with facts like you do here. So let me go around, make sure my guys are good. What's going on? Salute to those that I got to salute. What's going on and how y'all doing? Timmy, Ruben, David, Steve, how y'all doing, man? Let me start with the first man that was on here. Timmy, what's up, sir?
What's good, Mike?
I'm good, my brother. Good to be
good?
seen. Good to be seen, my brother. Good to be seen. What's
All
going
right.
on, Ruben? You were second. How you doing, Ruben? How you doing, my brother?
I'm glad to be here to see the fellas here. Are y'all ready to dive into these topics?
Excellent, my brother. Excellent. David, what's up, man? How you doing, man? Salute.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. Missed the last two shows, but now I'm ready to go.
I bet. What's that you rocking, man? What's that jersey you got on?
The Carmelo Anthony McDonald's All-Star game. It's actually a little too small. Which means I gotta lose some weight.
Listen, it might not fit Carmelo either, but it's all right, man. It's all right. It's all right. What's going on, Steve? What's going on, man? You in the bunker like me, brother. I appreciate you sharing like me.
How y'all living?
You good? That's what's up.
Yes,
you got the Yankee one?
Oh, you I have my Yankee hat on, yes.
All day, brother. You know. You're
not
supposed to have it from up north, so you got to pull it down low to cover your eyes.
I'm not a Yankee fan, though.
You got to pull it down low. You know how
I got my glasses on, brother.
All right, I got you. Listen, if you're going to wear it, let me wear it right now. Listen, man, Fanatics Live, for the fans, by the fans. We have a lot to unpack tonight. You would think it's a slow week because, again, NFL's done. What are we going to do? Hold on. NFL's done. What are we going to do? There's no football. Why do we care about that? We got NFL. We got NBA. Hold on one second. We got NBA. We still got the NBA All-Star game. There's a lot of rumors out there in NFL land that we do have to touch and, see if it's any truth to any of these rumors. And then we're going to get into some other stuff that we got to talk about this week. So, go ahead, sir, before I go right up again. I like it. Go ahead.
Get a chance to dive into the top 75. I mean, not go over the top, not go over all the players, but, just with the festivities of that, the top 75. Not addressing each player or nothing like that. I'm just saying. Is that something we're going to talk about?
That's actually something we can talk about. I think we can talk about that. And the thing is, that can go on for a long time because it's literally subjective to who we feel should and shouldn't be on there.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying talk about who in there, who should be in there. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like the festivities of that.
I think so. I mean, listen, you open the gate. So we're going to start NBA because NBA is actively in their season and they just had an all-star. So NFL, you get pushed to the back burner because we go with what's going on that's current right now. So what's current right now is the NBA. They just finished their all-star break. As Steve just mentioned, the festivities. You had it's not really the rookies versus sophomores. I don't know what it's a game.
It was kind of a tournament. It was a tournament.
Yeah. So the tournament game, you got that, and then from the tournament game with that, you got the dunk contest, you got the all-star the challenge. Like there's a bunch of different things they had going on. Even the celebrity game. I see Myles Garrett dunking like it was nothing. I'm thinking Myles Garrett trying to get an NBA contract on the side. He looked like he could get up with no problem. That's a linebacker doing that, but he has nobody. What's going on, A? So what we're going to start with is with the All-Star game and all things NBA a little bit, and then we're going to transition. We got so much to unpack, so let's get right into it. NBA All-Star game, you know how that go. We already uncovered and unpacked all the roster and everything like that. I want to talk about then and now. How do you compare these all-star games now with this new generation compared to what we used to see back in the day? Do you feel it's as competitive? Who stuck out to you? Obviously, Steph did his thing, but at the same time, there was no defense until the fourth quarter. I want to kind of get y'all thoughts on that. So, David, I like to start with you because you got the jersey on, so you representing, you knew we was going NBA. So, What's your takeaway from it, man? How did you like these festivities, as Steve like to say, the overall weekend? But you can also definitely make sure you let us know about the All-Star game itself.
The overall weekend was, minus the dunk contest, was an A+. They're not out there trying to go rough and tough like the guys in the 80s and 90s. They don't have nothing to prove. They just went out there and having fun. The skills competition, along with the tournament that those guys played, was fun to watch. It was just that one little bit Saturday night where it was like, oh yeah, I'd rather go watch opera than sit here and watch this dunk contest.
Yeah.
Especially this year with the 75 year anniversary and the 75 players list coming out there, it was a well-rounded, well-planned event. So congratulations on the NBA, minus one thing on getting it right.
If there was a highlight, if you had to highlight anything that took place this week, what would that be, man?
Oh, it wasn't even in the game. It was the thing between Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas.
No, I promise you, people are so petty with some of the stuff that they took away from the game that had nothing to do with the game. I'm like, man, people are petty. Like Mike did say he would not have been able to make it during the during this social media era. Mike, no, he would have gotten a lot of trouble, man. But that's a good point.
Add something to what
David, go ahead, man. Add your point. We're gonna definitely touch on that. Good.
This is just real quick. This is just real quick. David is 100% right. The Isaiah Thomas, Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan too. But the other shade, what people didn't notice, because remember, and Mike, you brought this up to me. Kevin Garnett took a picture with Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, you know, but what also you could see LeBron was petty too, because Ray Allen walked past them and he walked past Paul Pierce and Garnett and hugged LeBron, and LeBron laughing, and like that was dope and petty too at the same time.
Very much so. There's a lot of pettiness going on. And listen, man, Ruben, I don't know what you was talking about last week with you talking about Mary J, man. Mike ain't seen he had no problem with holding on tight, brother. That's all I'm
Mike. That's called hating.
Ruben, Mike didn't look like he had a problem holding on tight to Mary J, man. I don't know what you was talking about, Ruben. I don't know, man.
Name was Mary of old has gotten a little fluffier. That's all I was saying.
Mike, I didn't say what you said last week on here.
Listen, I said she
was a little thicker.
She got a little thicker. She definitely got thicker.
That's all I said. I didn't say she was fat, but
that is not what you said.
The outfit she wore was not the right outfit.
Listen, I gotta get this. Her boot game is on point.
The outfit she wore was not the right outfit.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's not a good point.
There's a little she had on the booty shorts and the boots that was, her boot game is impeccable. Nobody can touch her boot game. But I was laughing, and we went there just because David opened up that door to talk about all the stuff that was related to the festivities that had nothing to do with the game. So we gotta unpack all of that. But I found it funny how people highlighted, like somebody filmed that shady moment from Isaiah Thomas. Why is he still mad at Michael Jordan?
Yo, he wasn't even the shadiest. The shadiest was Magic Johnson.
Magic was the shadiest.
Magic was the shadiest.
He went and dapped Isaiah up, and then as soon as Isaiah Thomas turned around, him and Michael Jordan in the background.
Laughing at him. That was the shadiest.
Well, Isaiah ain't trying to say nothing to Mike. He ignored Mike like Mike wasn't there.
Listen, Mike. Listen to this. Look at Magic Johnson. Look at the video.
I can already see it. Go ahead.
Look at the video. Look at Magic's face when Isaiah's talking to him. He's making a face like he's not even real interested. Like you're about
this was the look he did. He said.
And honestly, I wanted to share the original. I wanted to share the you know how they do the what they call it when they add voices to it. The voiceovers. Yeah, the voiceovers. I wanted to send that one, but it was cursing in it, But the voiceover that somebody added was hilarious. Like I
gotta see. Hey, send me that, man. I gotta hear that, man, because I know it was funny because their reaction was like.
Listen, they had Mike saying the voiceover had Mike saying, "This mother better not try to hug me. He better not try to talk to me. And then Magic talking his junk like, no, man, I ain't talking to Mike for you. It was just hilarious, bro.
Horrible, man. Horrible. Now, so is there beef between Mike and Zeke still to this day, or did they like what or we just read or people just read into that wrong?
I think, and I'm gonna digress after I say my point on this. I think that it's several things to that. One, the whole walking off the court thing, and then Mike saying on the Last Dance documentary, he said anything that comes out of his mouth is total BS because he's saying it that he has time. Isaiah heard that. That's one.
Oh.
And then the other part is Scottie Pippen said it on the jump a couple of years back. Isaiah Thomas and so did Charles Oakley say it. Mm-hmm. Isaiah Thomas take every chance he get to knock Jordan down. Like he'll sit there and say, if you ask him who the greatest ever, he's never gonna say Mike.
He never said Jordan.
He used to say
they did beat Jordan, so I mean he say that because they used to own Jordan back then. So
listen, he's entitled to his opinion, but he'll go out of his way and say Chamberlain or Kareem or LeBron. And honestly, to other people, it looked like hating. Now, you can say he owned Jordan back then. He had a better team. That's all it was. He had a better team. Once Jordan got a good team with him, there wasn't no beating him. Because even Isaiah Thomas said his career wasn't done. Detroit was just interested in the Grant Hill sweepstakes. And they kind of ended his career. Isaiah Thomas said that.
All right, so good point. Cause we got so much that went on with the festivities and everything. We literally could be here for a minute, but I do want to put up on the screen. I'm gonna put up on the screen now where you guys can see the 75 anniversary list, so this way that we can all have an idea who's on there. And I know there's somebody, at least in my opinion, that I feel like probably shouldn't be up there, but I'm gonna see if y'all, maybe your opinion's a little different than mine. So you guys can see it. I hope you guys let me know if you can see it because I got it up there. I'm about to, enlarge that bad boy, make sure you can see everything. So, 75 anniversary team. You already know Kareem, Gervin. I'm going straight across the top just so y'all can see it. Kareem, Gervin, Hakeem Olajuwon. I have no problems. Let me know when to stop. If there's somebody that stick out that you like, yo, we need to address that. I need to hear why. Ray Allen, Hal Greer, Robert Parrish. Giannis, Harden's up there again. He revolutionized the game. He's done his numbers. Chris Paul, I have no art. Y'all know I'm not a big Chris Paul fan, but I respect it. Carmelo Anthony, absolutely. John Havlicek, Gary Payton. You know how I feel about that. Let me know if somebody y'all want me to stop.
Pause right there.
Which one?
Gary Payton.
All right, let's talk about it.
Didn't Stockton make it, David?
Yes, Stockton made it. Of course.
Oh, okay. Of course. So why you
Stockton made it? Why? Like I have a hard time.
Don't freeze
why
on me.
You questioning GP, David? If Stockton made it,
Wherever your connection froze up on me. Get your.
Why am I questioning GP? Because we talk about people that was left off the list.
Yeah.
Some people, we're gonna use a T-Mac as an example. The guy you brought up. We're going to use
my brother.
We're going to use the second or maybe third best shooter in the history of the game. Klay Thompson left off it. Gary Payton, for all of his greatness, was probably the fifth best point guard of his era. So when do we stop? When do we put that stop and pause on greatness?
Disrespecting my Sonic right now, but I'm gonna
it's opinion. Everybody has their opinion, but
it's true. When
I look at Gary Payton, I say, is he better than Chris Paul? Is he better than Jason Kidd? Is he better than John Stockton? And I can keep going down the list of people that I believe that he's not better than. So where does that put him at in the top 75?
I see you see. So let me see. I want to make sure everybody chime in. I just
want to reply to David real quick.
Go ahead.
Not that I disagree with him, because I agree with him.
But
my reply to that is, I think this is what they look at for Gary, far as Gary Payton. In the NBA, who wins Defensive Player of the Year? 9 times out of 10.
Centers.
So when you have a guard that does what he did, when multiple defensive players and he can score, I think that's why they look at him as one of the top 75 players.
Okay, so he got 2 defensive player of the years, but we call Joe Dumars the Jordan stopper, and he's not in the top 75.
And he's not on there. I did not understand that.
Let's that's the guy that we considered
because he wasn't no Jordan stopper, but
Mitch Richmond, one of the greatest scoring 2 guards in the history of the game, not on the list. Peyton, it's
yeah, but I would put GP over Mitch Richmond. I would put GP
when Mitch Richmond played, he was one of the top 2 or 3 shooting guards. Gary Payton was 4 or 5.
I would put Mitch Richmond over Gary Payton for the simple fact of impact.
Go ahead, Ruben.
Top picks, you got to look at longevity and
absolutely
how long they was in the
2 or 3 years, not 4 years, right?
2, 3, and 4 years. You got to look past that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look past that. You can't be a top 75 player and you only did something for 3 years.
And
you know what I mean?
and which is true, Ruben's right, but also impact is everything as well, because GP's impact of the game was bigger than Mitch Richmond. Mitch Richmond was more of a scorer, but his didn't translate in the win column as much as GP's defense did, because even they said Michael Jordan numbers decreased against Gary Payton. So
now remember, GP was one of the taller guards too at the time. Remember, he was 6'4" point guard. 6'4" point guard, so he was one of the bigger guards at that time. Now it's like nothing.
And Mitch Richmond was the opposite of that, because he was a 2 guard, but he was like 6'3", 6'2". Yeah. I agree. So interesting. So Gary Payton's one that's been flagged. I like that. And listen, your opinion is your opinion, and we're gonna talk about it and see what, kind of like pity pat back and forth, but see why. I want to hear your argument as to the why. So David, I respect that you saying that in terms of, and I want you to summarize it for GP. Your issue is what exactly? So everybody's clear.
We sit and we use the word greatest. Top 75. From his era of start to finish, he wasn't never the really premier point guard. It was either Jason Kidd or Nash or Stockton or Paul or
Nope, I'm not letting that. No, heck no.
I'm telling you, you can
not
even
Nash.
Hold on, Steve. Finish his thought. I'm gonna let you rebuttal. Go ahead, David. Finish your thought.
You can even add in there another guy not on the top 75. Tim Hardaway for his offensive explosiveness with the Golden State Warriors. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that this list looks like, hey, we played favoritism amongst writers. We didn't really take a good, deep look at the really top 75. There's people missing off this list, and Peyton is one I could say can be omitted for those players.
Okay, there's an asterisk next to Gary Payton in terms of David's list. I like that. Steve, your rebuttal, Ruben, Timmy, Aaron, we're going to go through this list. If there's somebody that pop out on here that make you question, I want you to bring your why so I can kind of have an understanding of it. And if you feel like you comfortable with what you see, then, that's totally fine. I just want to get your thoughts on it. So, Steve, it's on you.
I get what David said, and I don't disagree with David saying, but the one thing he said that I do disagree with when he was naming point guards, he put Nash. I would never put Nash over Gary Payton.
You said a defensive player of the year. Nash was a 2-time MVP.
And he didn't deserve either one of them.
It doesn't matter.
He took them from Shaq and Kobe.
He still got them.
He didn't deserve either one of them.
It doesn't matter what we think he deserves.
He got. Think about this. Because it's my goal. Think about this. He got 2 MVPs, right? MVPs, right? Shaq got 1. The most dominant player ever has 1. And Kobe, second coming to Jordan, has 1. Nash got 2. Kobe and Shaq got 1 apiece. That's not right.
It's not called who's the most dominant. It's not called who's the most dominant player in the league.
To my knowledge, Kobe only deserved 1. He only deserved 1.
That's your opinion. That's
Look at his shooting percentage. How many shots he backed up to get the points he had.
But it translated to wins, and it translated to championships.
No,
Stop.
his team translated the wins. It wasn't
His
him by
Steve Nash
himself.
team translated to
It
him
was not
having the
him
best
by
record.
himself.
But besides
Y'all
having the
talking
best
about-
record, what did he do with advantage the most?
I want to make
Nothing.
sure we got a good flow. So hold on. I got a question for y'all. So, all right, y'all got an issue with Steve Nash. Steve, that's your asterisk. Your asterisk is next to Steve Nash on this list.
Absolutely.
All right, Steve Nash is your asterisk. All right, cool. Because I want to make sure we get everything covered. So I want y'all to kind of stick and move. Give me your who and your why, and then we're gonna go from there. I'll give y'all a little bit of time to rebuttal, but not too much. Otherwise, it'll be all of that consumed. So I like that. Keep your thought, because we're gonna circle back with all of this. Ruben. So who is there anybody in Timmy as well? And again, y'all can chime in if the person, puts their argument out there, but I want to see if anybody, I want to give everybody a chance to speak. So Ruben, anybody on here that sticks out to you, sir? If there's somebody that catch your eye, let me know. I'm going across. Remember, I'm going across from here. So if anybody catch you, just let me know. I'm gonna stop. So you can let me know where the asterisk should go.
Right.
We got Giannis, we got Carmelo, Nate Archibald, Charles Barkley, Rick Barry, Magic Johnson, Willis Reed. Anybody? Let me know if anybody stick out to you. Dennis Rodman is I'm not gonna lie to you. Dennis Rodman gets an asterisk for me. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see. I gotta go through the rest of the list, but
That's what I'm doing.
he does get an asterisk for me. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead, sir.
I'm gonna go through the rest of the list and then I'm
Okay. All right. So you go ahead and do that. Timmy, I don't know if you had a chance to see if there's anybody that may have stuck out to you. Obviously, I see some Suns on here. I know you're happy about that. Is there anybody on here that you like? They're a little questionable. I don't know if this person should be on here, or so far you're comfortable with what you see.
I was about to say
Thank you, Tim.
I was about to say
Anthony
Anthony
Davis.
Davis.
This dude gets injured
Wow. Wow.
at,
Mr.
at
Glass
most
should not
games
be
when
on
it
the list.
counts. He should not be on that list in the
Mr.
first
Wow.
Glass should not be on the list. You are right,
Let's say
Tim.
Anthony Davis' game, if he was not injured as much as he was, that dude would be probably one of the best players in the NBA right now.
Wow. But
Not right
because
now
of
he
injury.
won't. Not right now he won't.
But
Because
do
when he
we-
was healthy, he wasn't playing good.
so Timmy, that's a really I seen him too, and I was like, 75 over T-Mac. I was like, no, man, I don't see how I didn't understand that. That's a good argument, man. That's a good argument. Anybody has a rebuttal? Steve, Ruben, Aaron, David, anybody got a rebuttal? Any problem with the fact that Timmy just highlighted Anthony Davis making the top 75?
I agree with
I
Tim
agree.
100%.
I agree.
I don't
Wow.
agree with Tim 100%. I could see leaving him off. But to me, he's a top 75. I wouldn't have put him over T-Mac, but I don't agree 100%. I say I probably agree about 45%.
You are semantics, man. I swear you are semantics.
No,
That's
hear me out.
yeah,
Hear
yo.
me out.
You
I
can
have a
either
question.
agree or
I
not
have a-
agree. You ain't gotta get a percentage.
Hear
Do
me
you
out.
agree?
Hear-
Like, what do you agree or not agree?
Hear me out. Let me.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm
Because you're
listening.
not listening to me. The
I'm
reason why I
listening.
said that is because I can see why he's a top 75. To me, he's a top 75.
Okay.
But in my opinion, how could you put him and not put McGrady? How could you put him and not put Weber? How could you put him? You know what I'm saying? To me, there's other people should have made it over him. But to me, he's a top 75. There's other people I will put before him, is what I'm saying. But to me,
Agreed.
he is a top 75.
So
That's what I'm saying.
So who would you have taken off this list again? Who would?
Because I'm not penalizing him for being injured. But
All right.
I would take Nash off.
Ooh.
I would take Chris Paul off before him.
Wow, I'm
would
shocked
take,
at the Paul.
I would take I think those are the only two I'll take off.
I'm about to say,
Agree
let's
with
not,
that one.
let's
Paul
not dig down the
Pierce
rabbit
is-
hole, Steven.
Should Paul Pierce be on here? Like real talk?
No,
If you ask me, no.
no,
No.
no.
But
Not grinding.
not Paul
but-
Pierce.
Fuck that Dave.
but I can see why they put him on here.
Yeah. Now, how does Dennis Rodman strictly for defense
And
make it?
rebounding.
I mean, yeah, that's enough to constitute the top 75?
You got to
all
think.
time?
He won a championship with Detroit. He won a championship with Chicago. He led the league in rebounding 5 times. He won Defensive Players of the Year multiple times. Off of his hustle alone, yes, he's one of the top 75 players in the history of the game.
And not only did he lead the league in rebounding 5 times, he did it with a crazy number. Like that's not
he was about 3 rebounds ahead of the next person. Which is
like he did it numbers that's not
I'm
typically
gonna put this in there too, and that was the league when the league had big
man.
Yes.
Big man. That's true. That's
and
true.
he was 6'8".
Yeah.
All right, now there's somebody I got to flag, y'all. This man right here, not for him being on the list, but where was he at? You cannot go talking all that talk that he did on Jordan, and then you don't want to show up to the top 75.
Yeah, but
why was he ducking?
You don't
Where
know
was
why
he
he wasn't there, so you can't.
No, man, let's not do that, man. We're not gonna get him.
You don't know why he wasn't there, so you can't do that. How you know he didn't have a family emergency?
That was he showed up on camera waving at his house.
That's pre-recorded, Mike.
Yeah,
that's pre-recorded.
All right, I'm listening. I'm listening.
Pippen deserves to
How
be
you know
on
he
there.
didn't have COVID?
I'm listening.
Pippen deserves to be on there because Pippen is the reason we have the point forward position. Before
I don't think he was questioning that though, David.
Go ahead, David. Hey, stop cutting him off. Go ahead, David.
He said Mike that's the guy Mike flagged, but that's the guy who revolutionized the game. He started the point forward. He started that trend of we don't need the point guard to bring the ball up and execute the offense when we have a guy that's more talented. So yes, he deserves to be on there.
No, in terms of him being on the list, I agree with that. My issue is you cannot bash Mike the way you bash Mike, and then you don't want to come and be around Mike when it's time for something like this.
You don't know that's why he didn't come. You can't say that. You don't know that's why he didn't come.
Karl Malone wasn't there because a lot of
Karl Malone had no beef with. He bashed Mike all like for the last 5 months.
With people. Karl Malone got beef with people.
A lot of people personally didn't.
You just mad because you didn't get to see the drama between Jordan and Pippen, Mike.
Listen,
you mad?
All I got was Zeke and Magic and Mike. I wanted more. I wanted the Jordan Pippen weird interaction. Yes, I wanted it. Aaron, I wanted that awkward interaction between Scottie Pippen and Jordan after Scottie Pippen wrote a book bashing Jordan when we all thought they was cool.
Here's the thing. If he was there, I don't think it would have been.
Aaron, your connection's trash, by the way. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say that again, Steve.
I don't think it would have been no shade between them two if he was there.
Listen, man.
Honestly, so you think because Jordan always big Pippen up. That's why I didn't understand why Pippen was mad at the Last Dance documentary to me, because the stuff that Jordan aired happened. Yeah. That happened. You know what I'm saying? You knew that happened.
It's crazy.
That's one. And two, Jordan always bigged him up. He always say, you can't say me without saying him.
It don't seem like Jordan has the issue. It seems like it's a Pippen thing. Maybe it was just to sell books. I don't know. I personally wouldn't tarnish that relationship by wanting to sell a book. I'm not Scotty. So Scotty, it would be nice for you to tell us why you wasn't there, but you wasn't there. Mike was fine. He had a good time. I love the interaction between the old school and the new school. I really loved his vibe. That was great.
What we fail to realize is one thing y'all not picking up on. Back in the day, it wasn't no social media. It wasn't none of that going on. So they had problems that stayed in house. Whether you the best player of the world with Batman and Robin, they had issues. I mean, so if they had issues back then, and he brought it out of the book. I mean, ain't nothing can be bad. They had issues. What can we do? We wasn't there. We don't know what the issue is.
Ruben, he was in his wedding. Ruben,
I understand that. I just said back in the day.
Cool like this. You had an issue till 10, 20 years later? That's kind of
yeah. Some people do that.
That is crazy.
I tell you no lie. I have a friend I went to school with. We grew up since.
Don't say no name. Don't say no name.
I'm not gonna say his name. Man, we were riding in the car here probably about 7 years ago. This dude came out of his mouth and said, "Now we're friends since we was knee high to Duckling." This dude
Meat
said,
and potatoes, Ruben. Meat and potatoes. Meat and potatoes. Go ahead, sir.
that dude said, you always think you better than everybody. And that's the first time I ever heard that.
Wow.
So that's why I'm saying people
Good
hold
point.
grudges and never say things till later on.
That's a good point. Man,
People
listen,
do that.
I guess because
but I
I'm so
feel like-
expressive, I like to
feel
say
like
what I
JB
feel. I thought
didn't
everybody
show
kind of
until the
operates like that, but that's interesting.
Me too.
Wow.
That's what it is.
Wow.
I
Go
feel
ahead,
like
David. I see you.
Scottie Pippen ain't have an issue until the Last Dance documentary, because he even said, like, why you airing out me not going back in the game and me getting surgery? Because Pippen didn't know that. He didn't know that Jordan felt like he was wrong for not getting surgery. They aired that out on the Last Dance documentary. He didn't know that Jordan said Pippen was wrong for not going back in the game. And remember, Pippen said he don't regret that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
he knows how
I
he
get it.
feel about that.
I get it. I was just interested. I'm not gonna lie, I was being selfish. I wanted that awkward interaction or the phony or the fake frenemy vibe. I wanted to see that on camera in today's time. Social media was gonna make it go viral. I wanted to see that. It didn't happen. That's the hate. That's the hater. That's the moderator in me wanting to see that. That's all. That was just for your enjoyment. I'm not gonna lie. That'd have been for our enjoyment.
I don't care who the top 75 I'm gonna be.
When Jordan retired from the Chicago Bulls the first time, Pippen was still on the team, and when he got to the playoffs against the Knicks, he couldn't come through in the clutch.
That is fact. That is
not
fact.
facts.
Second time
not
Jordan
facts.
retired, same thing happened.
That is not facts.
Did he win without Mike? Well, you said
it's not
Mike
because he didn't come through to the clutch. You go look at his stat line for that series. He played good.
Not even
the
that
Knicks was
series,
just too physical.
all his numbers increased without Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, he definitely had almost an MVP type
not
season.
facts.
He had a great season without Mike. But
yeah, that is he finished
what,
third, David? Third in MVP voting that year?
Did they win? Did they win?
No, that is not facts.
That's Timmy's point. He didn't win.
All right.
He didn't.
We wasn't talking about them winning though. Don't change the narrative. We wasn't talking about them winning.
They go hand in hand.
Step up. That wasn't the conversation. Don't try to change the narrative.
I give you the prime example. They always talk. It's a certain guy that has a show of his own that starts with right? And he always has words about LeBron, and he always mentions LeBron disappearing in a certain series. Is he wrong when he says that? He got facts based on him kind of disappearing and not winning when it came down to the line. Now, again, that's not his total career, but when that year happened, he had a point. Let's be real. He had a point at that time. Yeah.
You can get if you look hard enough, you can find anything that supports any argument.
That's a good point.
You know,
that's a good
point. That's not because
that's a good point.
I've seen people pull up, and do I think this is true? No, but I've seen people pull up stats where he hit the most clutch shots more than anybody ever in NBA history, and that's a conversation right there. What you just highlighted, Mike. I see somebody said shit he had.
You see where I was going, right? So we're gonna get off the Jordan
Pippen. Shit he hadn't made it over.
We're gonna get off the Jordan Pippen because there's a couple of people up here that I feel like we need to highlight because that's a big. Oh no, man. I'm gonna start with this one first. So let me get this stupid thing out of the way. I don't know why this thing is popping up, but we're gonna get that out the way in a second. There you go. So these two, as much as I love this one here, I really am a big fan of this one. I don't know right here, man. Y'all got to talk to me. What's your thoughts on Kawhi Leonard being on this list, man?
All he did was bring a whole nother country a championship. We're not taking Kawhi off the list.
Like but they wouldn't have won that championship if that team was healthy that they played.
You only get you only get two bad seasons out of Kawhi, and that's the last two that he's been hurt.
Say that.
As far as Damon Lillard, he took Portland to the playoffs by himself 9 years in a row. This is going to be the first year that Portland is not in the playoffs. Don't take it.
Y'all comfortable with that? So David sounds like he's totally comfortable with Damon Lillard being on there. And anybody got a problem with Damon Lillard or Kawhi Leonard being on here? I'm gonna highlight him again. Aaron, I think you might be good now, sir.
I wouldn't put Dame over Weber or T-Mac.
Why? Give me the breakdown on that.
Because Weber also carried his team to the conference finals. I can't give him over Weber, and I'm not giving him over T-Mac either. There was a time in the NBA where you looked at the top two players in the league. The top two players in the league at one point in his career was T-Mac and Kobe. There was never a time, and I like Dame, but there was never a time in the league where Dame was one of the top two players. You can argue top five, but you never think he was
top five. You could definitely argue top five.
Steven, T-Mac was top five on. I mean, he was top two. What you're saying, top two, which I don't believe. But you're saying he was top two, but he was top two on losing teams. When we ever heard about T-Mac in a championship?
Wow. He didn't have good squads with him. But we're not talking about teams. This is individual. Top 75 is not based on team. It's based on individual.
So Lillard has carried the Portland Trailblazers into the playoffs 9 years in a row. He's been a top five.
I don't think they made it 9 years in a row.
Listen, you gonna question the guru? I don't know, man. You better be ready.
9 years in a row.
you know David be knowing his facts.
I'm gonna say this much. Can I say chime in?
Hold up, Steve. Aaron, go ahead. I'm gonna give you the floor, man. Go ahead. Chime in.
I mean, when it comes to Leonard and McGrady, Leonard always had the better team, so he should be making the playoffs more. That's number one. But overall, if you eliminate injuries, T-Mac definitely should be up there. I'm surprised.
But we're not eliminating anything because Lillard gets hurt too. We're saying you're a top 75 because of your impact to your team, your impact to the league. We're not going to use the word eliminate because that's
not eliminate, but people's opinion about him being up there or not. But I will say this.
I don't like collab here, but I got you. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't remember seeing Alonzo Mourning up there.
Ooh, actually, let me see. That's a good point. Let me go see.
He's not.
He's not up here.
He was on there for the top 50, though, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was.
So that's weird. How did they decide that? That's weird.
Because they wanted to put some of these
because
new players
I thought they said
they
wasn't leaving nobody off that was on top 50.
Yeah, he's not on here, dude. Earl Monroe and Reggie Miller. Yeah, good observation. Good observation.
I'm looking at a top 75, and I see Alonzo Mourning on there.
I don't see him. I'm in alphabetical order unless I'm tripping. Let me see.
No, that's the one I'm looking at right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm on the NBA site itself. So what we looking at is their official list that they have.
Okay. This is the Athletics.
Oh, okay, yeah. They came up with their own. They was like screw the NBA. Won't come
I think Alonzo Mourning should be up there before a lot of players. And he got ring. And he got a championship or
That's
two.
That's a good point. Because was Alonzo's career better than Patrick's?
No.
No, heck no.
Was Alonzo's career better than that of Robert Parrish?
No.
Yeah, it was. Parrish just had a better
career,
team.
Not the team. Career.
Yeah, it was. Parrish just had a better team.
Thank you for being real with that, because I was wondering what y'all were gonna say. I was curious to hear.
Robert Parrish was a 20-point scorer when he was with Chicago. Y'all gotta stop looking at
Miami and Charlotte. So was Alonzo Mourning. Don't do that.
Career.
David, what about Mourning's though? Mourning's statistics wasn't like that since he came in the league.
Mourning he's okay. He's great.
Stuttering.
But he's not. You can't put him over Parrish.
Man, y'all listen, man. I love this debate because, again, we can all be wrong. Ultimately, the NBA made their decision. Anthony Davis ain't supposed to be on here. I'm sorry. That's my personal opinion. Like, Paul Pierce ain't supposed to be on here. I'm gonna give him a pass, but one guy that I think we all agree should be on this list is this man right here. If you got an argument with you, I need to hear it right now. Who has an issue with Iverson?
Can I say something real quick in response to something David said earlier? Because you told me don't question the guru, and I told you I'm a guru too. He said that Portland made this playoffs 9 straight years. No, they made the playoffs 7 straight years.
Okay, thank you.
Right now, they did not make the playoffs.
Yes, right. Facts. I mean, you did look it up on your phone, but you know,
8 straight years, Damian Lillard has made the playoffs. So
I got
7 straight years.
7 straight years.
Parrish career was not better than Alonzo Mourning's.
Huh?
Say it for the people in the back. Say it for the people in the back, Ruben. They can't hear you. Go ahead, sir.
My morning, Correa was better than Robert Parrish.
Absolutely, I agree.
That average 5 more game. Their rebounding was about the same, but Alonzo was better.
Right? I'm not mistaken. Right? In career-wise, Alonzo had more blocks as well.
100%. You got to look that up. He was up there and leading them blocks pretty much every year. David, you can double check that while we're in between, but that sounds accurate.
Robert Parrish.
It's a situation where Paris had the better team, so Paris won more championships. What it looks like they're doing, and I believe this is why T-Mac was left off, with some people, individual accomplishment matters, but with some people, it's more about the titles. You know what I'm saying? Because Steve Nash never won a title. Their claim to fame for him is the 2 MVPs he stole from Shaq and Kobe. You know what I'm saying? But with most other people, they're basing it off of their championships. You know what I'm saying?
Let me highlight
why is because of that.
Let me highlight this gentleman, fairly new. Too soon? What y'all think? Too soon?
He's the best player in the NBA. Stop doing that, Mike.
Third best player in the NBA. He deserves it.
Is it too soon, though?
No, he's the best player in the NBA.
Third best player in the NBA. He deserves it.
He's the best player in the NBA.
Third best player.
He's the best player in the NBA.
Third best player.
Over all of these. So he's better than the T-Mac?
He's not better than T-Mac, in my opinion, at least, because I'm the biggest T-Mac fan in the world. But
okay, you biased.
T-Mac never got out of the first round officially, only with the Spurs, and he didn't even play. Giannis just won the NBA Finals last year.
I got you. So he checks off that list. He took an obscure team, pretty much Milwaukee Bucks. Nobody cared about the Bucks, and he made them a name, won a championship, dominated MVP. I got it. He checks off all the boxes, so he should. I get it. So I feel like it's a little early, but he's just accomplishing. I guess you know what it is? He's accomplishing goals that most people don't hit till like their year 8, 9. He's accomplished already, so that's probably why.
How could you not put him on there? And I'm not comparing him to him, but how could you not put him on there now when they put Shaq on there in '96 before Shaq won the NBA title?
Listen,
after Shaq third year, Shaq was what, 3 or 4 years in? They put Shaq on there, which Shaq I believe deserved to be on there. You have to put Giannis now. Because of that, you have to. Yeah. Any questions about Dwayne Wade? I'm just going through the list. He deserves it.
Any Dwayne Wade hate or say, Aaron? I see you shaking your head. No issues with Dwayne Wade. Any issues with Dwayne Wade? Ruben, Timmy?
Nah, he single-handedly carried them to their first championship.
Lies.
He said single-handedly.
Lies, not single-handedly.
Steven, he made Shaq take a back
seat.
Stop that.
Lies. He did not make Shaq take a back seat.
He made Shaq take a back seat.
No, he did not. NBA made Shaq take a back seat.
What was your perception?
You know sports. If you know sports, you know the NBA made Shaq.
What's your perception?
What was your perception?
All right, give us the background behind why you feel like that statement was false. Go ahead, Steve.
Because number one, he talking about they knew where I was going because they said he made Shaq take a backseat. That's idiotic. If you don't know nothing about basketball, if you think that Shaq was able to be stopped, the NBA implemented new rules to defend Shaq back then. That's why Shaq wasn't the number one guy on that team, and rightfully so, D Wade was. Shaq was getting double teamed, which made if you're getting double teamed. And I get one-on-one coverage due to you getting double teamed, you gonna be the star because you already a superstar in your own right. Who you gonna double team?
Well, Steven, you want to say
the most dominant player ever.
Basketball should know this. If he's getting single because Shaq is getting double, he's going down there in the lands of the Giants doing his thing. What is he doing?
I'm not taking it away from him.
He's dominating.
He deserved it.
What is he doing when he's dominating?
But don't minimize Shaq, is what I'm telling you.
I mean, really, in hindsight, we can't. Hold on. In hindsight, we can't.
I wasn't even talking to you. See, I was talking to David.
Hold on. We can't minimize. hold on. We can't minimize Shaq at all because Shaq is already on the list. So there's no minimizing Shaq.
But
Shaq said out of his
David
own
and
mouth.
Ruben both.
Hold up, Steve. Hold up, Steve. Go ahead,
Ruben
Eric.
said single-handedly, and David said he made Shaq take a back seat.
He did.
We cannot argue that was Dwayne Wade's team, though. Yes or no? Was that Dwayne Wade's team?
I didn't say it wasn't D-Wade's team. I didn't say it wasn't D-Wade's
team. He made Shaq take a back seat.
Yeah, he was in the passenger seat.
Take a back seat.
Shaq was in. All right, so instead of him being in the back seat, Shaq was in the passenger seat. But it was clearly Dwayne Wade that was driving. I know you like semantics, so I'm gonna be specific. Dwayne Wade was driving, and Shaq was in the passenger.
Y'all don't know basketball, so the stuff y'all saying.
I'm muting you. I'm muting you. Get it together. Get it together. Eric, go ahead. I'm unmuting you now. I'm unmuting you. Eric, go ahead, make a point. Hold your thought. Steve. Go ahead, Eric. Go ahead.
Shaq said out of his own mouth that D Wade was the reason he got that chip.
Thank you.
Yeah,
he rolled D Wade back for that chip.
That was his team. It's not that he wasn't. It's not that Shaq was diminished, but dude, it was the Wade was the guy. So, and again, we can never diminish Shaq. Shaq is literally here. So what I'm gonna do is when it get to where it's just circles, I'm gonna mute you. I ain't mute. Listen, my finger been itching to mute. I ain't mute in like 5 episodes. So if y'all want to let me mute, feel free to let me mute because I have literally not muted since the playoffs of the NFL. So I've got an itchy finger. So make sure you get the meat and potatoes, but I'm not gonna have over talking and all of that. I can't get nothing accomplished like that. Make your point, and then we keep it and we'll always keep it, where y'all all can share your points. All right, so Shaq, we got that. I highlighted this gentleman, Iverson. Let me ask y'all, Iverson, any issues with Iverson at all?
No, but I do have a question.
Speak now or forever hold your peace. Let me know.
Allen Iverson deserved to be up there, but I also believe, and people looked at me crazy at work when I said this, I believe Marbury should have been up there too.
Nah. I wouldn't say Marbury.
Ooh.
So he's
Marbury attitude towards the game at certain points in his career kept him in check.
What was it? Was it his attitude towards the game, or was it what the media was showing us? Because he ain't had no problems in China.
That's China. We talking about the NBA.
I'm trying to see who on here would he have picked off. I don't see who
problem with Stefan's game because he had a nice game. His game was nice, but his own ego kept him
what he was supposed to have been. Yes,
right.
I agree with that, but his numbers still was his numbers.
Yeah, I mean, but who on this list would he eliminate, Aaron? So if you made that statement, which you might have an argument, who do you see him knocking off this list?
Maybe Clyde.
What?
Clyde who?
Clyde? Maybe Clyde Drexler. Maybe Clyde the
Glide. Finals.
Look, I'm gonna do. Timmy ain't on here, so he can't see it. Wow, that's a first. I thought Clyde was a gimme.
I like Clyde. Clyde was the watered version of Jordan, but
disrespect.
He was the water version.
Disrespect, but listen, you entitled to your opinion. I can't argue. I can't. Just like Steve said, how he got annoyed that y'all talking about Shaq took a back seat. I can understand. I disagree with you wholeheartedly.
Don't get me wrong. I love Clyde Drexler. I watched him. We all from that era. But Marbury, he was Nets, Timberwolves, Phoenix.
Okay,
he did a little something with the Knicks, but he was doing his thing.
Aaron, do you think Marbury had a better career than Steve Francis, who's also not on this list?
Yeah, overall you have to.
Steve Francis did. Steve Francis just got a ring.
He flamed out too quick. Now, if you compare Marbury to some of these historic gentlemen, I don't know, man.
So I don't know, man. You'll keep Dame Leonard there and not Marbury? And not Marbury?
Yeah, I would put Dame Leonard before Marbury. Yeah, I can't lie. Listen, can anybody speak to the Dave Bings? Anybody familiar with that era, the Sam Jones? Like, I'm gonna get to the historians. Let y'all give me some of these older gentlemen. Can y'all speak to that? Can y'all speak to those eras?
I leave them there because I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh, I remember in 1981 when Sam Jones scored 25 points in 5
I
minutes."
think we was in diapers then when that happened, man. Like, listen, basketball, we just in the background clapping when it's in the background. We don't know what that was, so yeah, I don't know.
We was born when Sam Jones was on the
Probably you wasn't. Yo, when Sam Jones played, I doubt, bro, that we was born.
We wasn't born then.
Listen, so all right, so I gotta ask y'all this question. So it's the 75, right? Who is your number one on this list? Is it this man? Is it this man here? The one I'm highlighting, keep him in your head.
All right.
Is it this man here? I'm gonna scroll up so we can make sure you can see him. Is it this man here, Michael Jordan? Is it LeBron James? For those that may be listening and not watching, is it LeBron James? Is it Michael Jordan? Is it this man, Kobe Bryant? Is it this man? Who, in your opinion, and I'm going to go around, so get it in your head. It's your opinion. Don't let nobody take it away from you. Who do you feel out of this list of 75s, including the ones that got left off, should be the clear number one of this list, the creme de la creme? Ruben, I'm going to come to you first because I like to give you the pressure. What do you have, sir?
Ain't no pressure for me.
What?
I say LeBron James.
Let me go up and highlight that brother. Wow.
One vote for LeBron
James.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's documented. Go ahead. Go speak to it. It's on you, Ruben. Go ahead.
LeBron James, because every year he hasn't dropped off below 20 points a game or under 5 assists or 7 rebounds in his career. And he's been in the league 19 years. And
yeah, he joined the league when he was 17, 18. Regardless
of when he joined, he still was a 20-point.
Had that option.
Regardless of when he joined, he still was a 20-point, 5+ assists, 7+ rebounds. I don't care when he joined. He could have joined you 13 if he's doing 20 points, 5+ rebounds and 7 assists.
He putting up numbers that Sean Kidd was putting up when they made the finals that year.
Ruben.
And
both high school,
in the finals, not to mention in the finals, he led in every statistical category for both teams when he came back on Golden State down 3-1.
That has never been done before. Good point.
Ruben.
Good point.
He's the top. He's number 2 in scoring. And he's not even a guard. And he has how many assists? How many rebounds?
Listen, he ain't a guard. Look how many assists he got. He a power forward center in real life.
Ruben is on something right now.
Yes, and I think it's drugs.
Listen, Ruben. I like where you going with it, sir.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You a Laker fan, aren't you?
No.
No.
I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan. Everything Georgia for me. I'm from Georgia.
Okay.
So, Ruben, regardless to your argument, whether we believe it or not, I gotta get it to you, bro. Because one thing you did provide, so I'm giving it to you, sir. Go ahead. I'm gonna go back to the list. I just had to get to it. He broke that down where he made a compelling argument, whether you believe it or not. LeBron James, in Ruben's opinion, is the creme de la creme on this list. Don't add him. Don't debate him. David, you next. Who you got?
Michael Jordan is the greatest player in the history of the NBA. Okay. So Michael Jordan is clearly number 1. Michael Jordan, unlike the guy that Ruben just threw out there, beat everybody of his generation. Everybody of the generation before.
Don't say his generation, because when he came to the league, they was on the downslope. Go ahead.
Ruben, just hear me out. We heard you.
Hear him out. Let him rock. Ruben, let him rock. Don't interrupt that man. Let him rock.
I said one statement. Then I said, go ahead.
Ruben, don't get muted. Listen, I got my trigger. I'm ready to go. Go ahead, David.
Michael Jordan went ahead and beat Karl Malone and John Stockton, the greatest duo in the history of the NBA, twice.
Bang. Both top 75. Top 75. Good point. Yep.
Michael Jordan went ahead and beat what people consider to be the second best player in the NBA, the best team in the NBA, Charles Barkley and the Phoenix Suns. Got them out of the water.
MVP, yeah.
They were good that year. Dang it. Yeah. I want to argue that, but
he went out there and beat. Everybody said, "Oh, Clyde Drexler is your clone." He said, "Let me show the world the difference between me and Clyde Drexler."
Oh, shots fired at Aaron. Go ahead, my bad.
And he went out there and he murdered Clyde Drexler. Everybody you put up against him, he beat. LeBron James can't say that. He lost to Dirk. He lost to Spurs.
Can I rebuttal that?
No. I let you speak in peace.
Yeah, let him rock. Let him rock.
LeBron James is not undefeated in the NBA Finals. He has more losses than wins in the NBA Finals. I don't want to. Well, no, he doesn't. But he has losses. We can't even say LeBron James is the greatest player in the league right now because we keep saying Giannis. We keep saying Durant.
That's not the question you asked
this person. There was no question in that with Michael Jordan.
That's not the question that was put in front of me, but go ahead.
All right. So you got Michael Jordan as your clear number one, hands down.
Hands
down.
Not debatable. No debating it at all.
He threw a shot at me. I didn't even say that. He threw a shot.
He showed up there. I'm gonna let you rebuttal that shot because that was shots fired. He definitely shots fired. Go ahead, Ruben. Okay. Aaron, get ready.
To your Jordan, I'm gonna give you this. LeBron, when he first came to the league, some Jordan could never do. He didn't get past the first round his first 6 years. He was bounced. Why? Because who was the reigning people then? Bird, Magic. The list goes on. Couldn't get past the first round. He couldn't get past Houston. He couldn't get out of the first round.
Couldn't get past Detroit.
Let's put it in the air. LeBron, on the other hand, he got past the first round.
Okay.
He did his thing. He didn't win, but how many times did he make it to the final straight, carrying a team? Jordan ain't never carried no team. Let's get that clear. He had accolades with him. Pippen, Rodman. Let's go down the list. He had Ron Harper. Let's go down the list. He had 3 shooting. He had a bench. A whole bunch of accolades to go along with him because he. In the playoffs, sometimes he did not show up, and people had to carry him through. As well.
Ruben, I was with you until you said that, brother. That was that. Trash. Sorry, the state bank ain't carrying me. I was with you on any other argument till you said that. But I do respect your stance.
If you look, Jordan did not single-handedly carry those teams, man. He had help. He had a team.
He did have help. He did, but did not. They don't even make playoffs if Jordan ain't on, man. They don't even sniff like.
That's not true. When Jordan wasn't there, when he retired, before retired, Pippen carried him to the finals. That's
a good point. That one, yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Aaron, go ahead. Good point, Ruben.
You can't say that. You can't say that without Jordan. You can't say that. One man was mine, and they made it all the way back to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Listen, that's a good point, but Jordan ain't carry a team. I've never heard that out of a human's mouth. But
he's a main contributor. He's a main contributor to them winning. But we can't carry them.
I say it's only 1 year. I say it's only 1 year that Jordan.
Go ahead, Aaron.
I say it's only 1 year that Jordan didn't carry the team in the championship game, and that's when they played the Lakers when Pippen had to do all the work, as far as defensively, which opened Michael Jordan up to do more. But to answer your question, my argument would be Michael Jordan, and it's just to piggyback on what David said. I mean, he stopped people from like Patrick Ewing potential ring, Reggie Miller potential rings, Sean Kemp. They beat them in the finals.
Hurt my heart that year.
You know what I'm saying? Like they beat a lot of good. You got to remember that Cleveland team that first year when they went to went to play the Lakers, when they beat Cleveland in the playoffs. That was a hard Cleveland team. People don't realize that Cleveland team was stacked.
They had 4 out of 5 All-Stars on that team.
Yeah, they did. They
Really?
did.
Right?
They did.
With
They did.
LeBron?
No.
Jordan.
He's talking
With
Michael Jordan.
where he faded,
I'm
where he
talking
faded.
Greg Elo, Mark Price, Larry Nance,
Nance
Brad
and
Daugherty.
Brad Daugherty. Yes, God.
Yeah.
Like this
Steve
Yeah.
Kerr
guys
was
he
on that
punished.
team.
He didn't beat bad teams in the playoffs. He beat good
He
teams
beat
in the
teams
playoffs
that could
to
win
get to the finals,
championships.
and then beat
The words
the
y'all are using is what I'm having a problem with. He contributed greatly. He did not beat them by himself, is what I'm trying to tell you.
He's having 60-point games. He's having 50 and 60-point games.
And can I say something? Can I say one more thing?
He had a 60. He lost.
One more thing.
When he had a 60-point game.
That is true. That is true too. Listen, I like where we going with it. Go ahead, Aaron. You got to stick a move.
Everybody always talking about when it comes to the best players in the world, the GOATs. Everybody always talk about Michael Jordan or LeBron James. For my opinion, and this is my opinion, and this is the reason why, Kobe will be my number 2. And the reason why is because he won a championship without a big, crazy lineup. You know, you got.
Who's your number 1? I didn't hear. Your number 1 is Jordan or
my number
Kobe?
1 is Jordan.
Okay, your number 1 is Jordan. Okay.
I said, but if I had, but my number 2 wouldn't have been LeBron. It'd have been Kobe.
Why is Kobe not your number 1?
Because of the GOAT, man. Come on, MJ.
I tried to bait you. You ain't take the bait. Dang it.
And for those that don't know, I'm a Knicks fan. Jordan stopped us plenty of times going to the finals, and it hurt. And I didn't like Jordan until he went to the Wizards. But
who's he got out of Chicago?
MJ, man. MJ,
all right,
bro.
So you got Jordan. David got. All right, so let me see. So let me recap. So David got Jordan. You got Jordan. Ruben got LeBron as his number 1. David got Jordan as his number 1. Aaron got Jordan as his number 1. Timmy, out of that list of 75, I need you, Guru of Fanatics, to pick who you feel out of these 75 players is the clear number 1, the creme de la creme that nobody can debate and argue. It's your opinion. Ruben said LeBron. David and Aaron both said Michael Jordan. Who do you have? Maybe, Timmy, it might be your favorite son ever. I don't know. Who do you have, Timmy?
I wanted to say Magic Johnson, but I had to go with Bill Russell.
He went left completely.
No, because that's my number 2.
Let me go highlight that. Timmy, go ahead. Speak about Bill Russell and the why you got Bill Russell over LeBron and Mike.
This player who had battled Wilt Chamberlain for so long, he knew what to do against Wilt Chamberlain in the LA Lakers. He finally beat him to get that 12th and final championship.
Mm-hmm.
Under Red Auerbach.
Okay. How many championships does he have? How many he has?
12.
12. Good jeez.
He got 2.
12.
He got 2 rings in his toes.
12.
He is Thanos. Yes.
He literally is Thanos. Like, wow. So why do you guys think, Timmy, and why do you? Oh, this is a question for all you, Timmy. I respect your pick because you went against what our generation instantly goes to Jordan. And again, that's no slight to nobody because listen, he revolutionized the game, but a lot of time we overlook a Bill Russell. What made you look at a Bill Russell and appreciate him to put him at that position?
He's the toughest player of all time.
Wow.
He may be the greatest player of all time, but he's also the toughest.
He was dominant. He definitely dominates.
I had Russell at number 2. If I had to go 1, 2, 3, LeBron is clearly 3rd. Like seriously, I can understand the Bill Russell debate.
Okay, so let me get that. All right, so you open that door. Since you open that door, David, you shouldn't open that door because now you open that door, y'all gonna have to walk through it. You gave me your top 3. Your top 3 is Jordan. Who's your number 2? Russell,
LeBron.
Look, Russell and LeBron. Kobe's not your number 3. Let me
No.
make sure I'm clear hearing you.
No.
Kobe's
And
not the number 3.
Kobe is not my number 3.
Okay,
Kobe
it's documented. I just want you to make sure it's documented because I did
I
see
see
that. What's my man name? From the what's my man name that played with Kobe, the light skinned guy with the nice hair. He talked about
Rick Fox.
no, the other one, the one that Kobe put the ball in. He put the ball in Kobe's face, and Kobe didn't
Matt
flinch.
Barnes.
Matt Barnes, thank you. My bad, Matt. I couldn't remember your name. Matt Barnes recently said anybody that has a list and Kobe's not your top 3, he don't respect it because every player got Kobe in their top 3. So I just want you to consider that.
That's Matt Barnes and his podcast and his personal opinion. I'm entitled to my personal opinion.
All right, I got you. I wanted to see if it was gonna sway you. I was curious to see.
No.
so he not. I. So Ruben, LeBron's your number 1. Who's your 2 and 3?
I say Jordan is my.
All right, Jordan, your number 2.
My number 3, I gotta go with my man in San Antonio.
Timmy?
Wow.
You can't disagree with
Or David Robinson.
Wow.
That's big. Tim Duncan always seems like he's forgotten about.
Tim Duncan is the best power forward in the history of the game.
I like Mr. Fundamentals, man. I like Mr. Fundamentals.
Wow, he got Tim Duncan number 3. Yo, this is documented. Whoever's watching, if you would like to be on right now, there's an opportunity to be on screen and you'll be able to, chime in on this list. But I like where we going, man. Y'all all over, man.
From my era, from me watching basketball from a kid up until now,
is on the comments.
Tim Duncan will be in my top 5.
I don't see the comments to even share them, so I don't know where they're at. They're not showing up on here. Say that again, Aaron. I don't want to miss what you just said. Say that one more time, sir.
I said from me watching basketball from the time being younger up until now, Tim Duncan will be in my top 5.
Wow. I mean, I can't top 5, but not your top 3. So who's your top? Give me your 3.
My top 3 is Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. My 4 probably be Durant, and my 5 probably be Duncan.
Okay. All right, Kobe.
Switch it. Tim Duncan 4, Durant 5.
So yours is Jordan, Kobe, LeBron in that order. That's your top 3?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I respect it. I respect all of y'all opinions, and I liked it. I thought it was gonna be predictable, but y'all did not go the predictable route. Y'all definitely are independent thinkers. Timmy, guru of fanatics, because you be nailing stuff. David, you want that status of guru? You got to listen. I gave it to you earlier when you and Steve was going, but realistically, it's Timmy. Timmy, who is your top 3? I know your number 1 was Bill Russell. Who's your number 2?
Jordan.
All right, Jordan's your number 2. Who you got for your number 3?
For number 3 will be Kobe.
LeBron off the list.
LeBron's off the list. Timmy, you do know this is documented. People gonna see you say LeBron is not top 3, even though Ruben gave every legitimate argument for him to be top 1, the number 1, uno. So you're comfortable with LeBron not being number 1, 2, or 3. Okay. I respect it. I respect the pick, man. I guess I'm predictable because I'm literally not gonna front and not give mine. Mine is real simple, to be honest with you. I'm literally gonna go similar to what Aaron have. I have Jordan 1, I got Kobe 2, and I got Bron 3. I want to give LeBron the 2 over Kobe, but I didn't realize how big Kobe's impact was on this generation of players until Kobe passed. Kobe was their Jordan. Like, I didn't realize that he was their Jordan. Like, the way we looked at Jordan, they look at him like he was the player's player. So, just on that, he's
Mike.
Jordan 2.0, literally.
Mike.
That's my opinion. I'm the moderator. Don't at me.
Mike,
go ahead, Aaron.
How many people be on the basketball court be like, LeBron? You hear more.
I don't really hear nobody do that. Yeah, you're right. Jordan and Kobe. Yeah, you're right. That is true. I don't hear a lot of LeBron. And that's no slight to LeBron if you happen to see this.
Hey,
Listen,
yo,
it was on like 4 of our list.
When people shoot off the backboard, you hear Duncan.
Oh, he got choked.
Yo, who was it who had Duncan on their list? David? Was it David? Who had Duncan? Was it David? Ruben had Ruben got a different kind of list. I like that, man. I like that. All right, so listen, that's the top 75. The 75. There's a couple of names that did not make this list. I'm going to give you guys a moment to speak now, or forever hold your peace. One player, please. It's too many. We'll be here. We already covered an hour and some change. I need you guys to let me know one player who really burned your biscuits that they was not on this list.
Alonzo Mourning.
Aaron, good. Thank you. Good. I'll segue into you anyway. Aaron, Alonzo Mourning is your guy. Why? Give us the why. I know you kind of touched it earlier.
The dude been in battles. He was a scorer. He was a defender. And a lot of people don't realize this. He was not a 7-footer going against giants. You know what I'm saying? And giving these giants problems on both ends of the floor.
So, and in your opinion, that was Anthony Davis he would replace, correct? Is that who I heard before that you were saying?
No, I didn't have nobody that he would replace. I just was shocked that he wasn't on the list.
Got you. Okay. All right. Alonzo Mourning is documented. Anybody that's watching it, Aaron says Alonzo Mourning should have been on the 75. All right. David, let me go to you. One guy, because I know you know the history of the NBA since they first inflated the ball. Who is it that you have as your number one player, that one player who should have been on this list that made you burn your biscuits? Like, what?
It's starting to really bother me, and I'm getting to a point where he's like so underappreciated. Like, Kevin Johnson does not get the love and the respect that he deserves.
David, Timmy loved that. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Point guard Kevin Johnson?
Kevin Johnson is not on the top 75.
Phoenix Suns Kevin Johnson?
Yeah.
He's not on here. Nope, he's not on the list, sir.
Not on the list. He doesn't get the respect that he deserves for all his accolades for what he did for the Phoenix Suns. It's crazy. Wow. It's crazy because two of the guards on the top 75, Steve Nash and Kevin Johnson, they all played together. I mean, and Jason Kidd, all three of them played together in Phoenix, and he's the only one out of that trio that's not on the list.
Listen, Phoenix did had some players, man. Timmy, y'all done had some players, dude. When you look at this list, Phoenix is the team that's literally been there. They just, man, y'all close to it. Close to no cigar, but it's coming for you. I believe it's coming.
We had Barkley, we had Marley, we had Kevin Johnson, we had Jason Kidd, we had Kevin, Steve Nash.
Yep.
And we had Shaq.
And now you got Chris Paul. So yeah, y'all got guys. So all right, Timmy, since you're talking, who's your number one guy? One guy, because you another guru that was there literally when they created the logo. Who is the one guy that should have been on this list that you got upset about?
I agree with Aaron. It's Alonzo Mourning.
Wow. Okay. I respect it. Alonzo got posterized, but he was not scared, and he definitely, he was, first of all, he was diesel. He looked like he just woke up and started benching as soon as he got out of bed. Alonzo was a beast. And what was he, 6'10", 6'9"? He wasn't even 7 foot.
No,
they had him listed at 6'10", but I think he was like 6'9".
Yeah, stocky. So Alonzo, I can respect Alonzo. That's these are guys that was pivotal. Remember, he had big playoff games and just big moments, man. The Knicks and the Heat, listen. So I respect the Alonzo Mourning.
If people love Dwight Howard when he was in Orlando, without a jump shot, just straight dunking and defense.
Yeah,
you got to look at Alonzo Mourning because he was that version before Dwight Howard with a way better game.
Facts. No arguments
there. And he came from Georgetown.
Yeah. And, he was right after Patrick. Like, not right after, but he was, he was a successor to do the same thing Pat did and came in and didn't miss a beat. Remember, Georgetown was big man you at one time. You want a big man, you go to Georgetown and get you a center because you know what you're going to get. Ruben. One guy, Ruben. One. Don't give me 7 because I know you know everybody. You're going to give a breakdown of their college career. Matter of fact, you know their high school stats. Ruben, one guy that should have been on this list that didn't make it, in your opinion?
Everybody thinks Zoe. I agree with Zoe, but I like the old grandmama Lance.
Ooh, I like that. That's a different pick.
That's a good one.
That's a different pick. Yeah, he not. Yeah. Tell me why, man. Give us some insight into the grandmama. He was definitely.
Well, I think he's not on there because he didn't his longevity of being at the top of his game.
Mm-hmm.
I think his first 5-6 years he was top, but then he started sliding off after that because of his back issues. Yeah, back issues. But I like the
next.
I like that. I like that.
I like LJ on
I
that.
had to pick somebody, and I did. I mentioned this gentleman last week, and I mentioned his franchise. Chris Webber, in my opinion, should have been on this list.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Aaron.
He said Larry Johnson, right? And when he said that, what clicked in my head was Robert Horry.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He hit some threes in the finals and stuff that made him a bigger name than what he should be, in my opinion.
He got the ring though.
He got more than a ring. He got 3.
He got four,
I think.
Now he was an X Factor. He was an X Factor when they won theirs.
Robert Horry has 7 rings, but he should not be on this list.
He got 7?
Yes.
Yeah.
He got 2 with Spurs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Two with the Spurs, 2 with the Rockets,
2 with the Lakers,
and 3 with the Lakers. That's 7.
Oh, 3 with the Lakers.
Yes.
3 with the Lakers.
Okay. Game time, Bob.
He didn't get that many big shot Bob for nothing. He's been doing this since he been at Houston.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. So for me, like I said, Chris Webber is the guy that I felt should have been on this list. Chris Webber, highly recruited coming out of high school, coming into college, lived up to the expectations, literally
Fab Five.
Literally the Fab Five. He was the face. Do not at me. Do not tell me any different. Chris Webber was the piece that kept that together. Came out, number 1 pick overall, balled, averaged 17 his first year, consistently averaged 20 and almost 10 every year. His career average 20.7 and his rebounds 9.8 for his career.
Ooh.
You're not going to tell me Rodman's supposed to be over there before him. And then to add to that, the Kings. He took a team nobody cares about and made them competitive to bring the Lakers almost to the brink of getting them out of here.
He didn't do that.
That man should have been on that list, man. I'm sorry.
He didn't do that.
He had help.
The team, but he had help. But I'm saying, but he balled though. He balled. He definitely played well. Go ahead, David.
When I said that about George, y'all gave me the trash. See that?
Yeah, that's the
trash. I hear nobody really give me trash. Y'all want to give me trash? I get to you if you say so. Go ahead, David.
Weber froze up against Duncan. Weber froze up against Rasheed Wallace. Weber froze up against the Lakers.
And I'm not even gonna say that.
Froze up.
My only knock on him is you talk about his little specialness, but it was for a 5-year span. We got to remember, we got to talk about the Chris Webber with the Washington Bullets. We got to talk about the Chris Webber with Golden State, where he was putting up numbers, but he wasn't carrying that team.
But he was putting up the numbers. We talking about individual. He balled. Wizards was horrible. Tell me a good Wizards team. When was the last time they was? Well, I can't say that because they was a playoff team not too long ago. So yeah,
he was supposed to make them good. He was supposed to make Golden State good. It wasn't until you put him around a whole lot of talent that we talk about. Oh, Chris Webber is special.
But don't we apply that to a lot of the people on this list, though? Don't they all fall into that category? Or
the category is hit or miss because some people are there for rings.
Y'all biased too. I'm calling y'all biased.
I want to see the trash. I want to see the trash thing because
why we
carrying the team?
Trash. Listen, I don't even know how I'm getting trash for a dude that ain't make the list. Like, but I would put it out there. My guy ain't even make the list, and I put trash out there. I was saying who should have made it. But listen,
how we biased, Ruben?
He said Larry Johnson. You gonna tell me Larry Johnson had a better career than Chris Webber, and he should have made it. But I respect the opinion though.
Hey, they
Larry
almost
Johnson.
real similar because Larry Johnson had his first 5 years was his hot start, where Chris Webber.
No, Chris Webber didn't trail off, dude, until literally like year 10, 11.
It's not about his trailing off. It's about what did you bring? Where was your impact at? Larry Johnson, first 5 years, impact.
Chris Webber, can't argue that.
Larry Johnson was an impact even at the tail in his career when he was with the Knicks.
I respect that, Ruben. Thank you for keeping it real. Aaron, what you say? Say that again.
I said, but Larry Johnson still was a threat after injuries when he couldn't jump when he was with the Knicks, and he wasn't first or second option.
He wasn't Grandma no more, but he was still balling.
But he still was helping the Knicks win games.
Agreed. I mean, he had help. He had Latrell. He had a pretty decent squad
in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, with the Kings, they wasn't looking to give the ball to Webber. That ball was going to Stojakovic.
Yeah.
Agent Stojakovic.
Yeah.
Michael Bibby was driving. He kicking it down at the baseline to Stojakovic.
Bibby definitely had a phenomenal series. I do remember Bibby having a good series.
And they had Jason Williams.
That was earlier.
That was earlier. Yeah,
I don't know. Bibby, I remember
Bibby playing.
They didn't give the ball to Webber in the post. They gave it to Divock.
I mean, Webber's getting D'd up by Shaq. Like, I'm not giving Webber the ball either in crunch time like that. Not against Shaq in his prime. No, sir. No. Remember, they beat them because Vlade hit the stupid ball out and Horry was wide open. Y'all forgot that.
Big shot.
Act like y'all remember.
I ain't forget. That ain't got nothing to do with Webber.
Making sure y'all remember. So, but yeah, that's my guy. I thought Webber should have been up there. Webber should be up there before Anthony Davis, in my personal opinion. I'm sorry. There's no way Anthony Davis is on there before a Chris Webber. Like,
people forget the numbers that Anthony Davis put up with what was it, Charlotte?
But we talking about impact. Like Davis said, they wasn't winning nothing until recently. I mean, the New Orleans, he got New Orleans in the play, but was Charlotte making the playoffs with Anthony Davis? I don't remember that. I'll wait for my gurus to answer that. Was Anthony Davis and Charlotte making the playoffs?
I'm gonna tell you like this.
1 year Anthony Davis took them and they beat Portland.
Yeah, and you know, and it took DeMarcus. It took for Cousins to be on that. It took for Cousins to be on that roster with him. Like stop. Anthony Davis, Kevin Love, all those good guys. We look so good playing by ourselves on losing teams, but we need superstars to make us.
Get us why you put Kevin Love?
Kevin Love got a straight for no reason. Kevin Love.
I'm a good guy on a bad team until I get on a good team, and then I'm the second or third fiddle. Like, cut it out. Like, stop.
So look, we covered the 75, and then this is our last thing concerning NBA. Then we're off of it. I promise. I have to talk about the best dunk contest that we have ever seen in the history of dunk contest. Don't you walk out the camera frame, Aaron, when I
Thank you.
You went off camera. How dare you disagree with my assessment of the best dunk contest? He came off screen. Listen.
Flash.
What happened? What did these I know this young generation. I'm gonna start with the Timberland dunk. Nick Fan, hey Nick Fan, don't go on camera now, Nick Fan. Go Anthony, paying respect to his dad. I don't remember his dad being a dunker like that, but it's cool. Paying respect to his dad, putting on the jersey, putting on the Timbs, repping New York. Aaron, tell me as a Nick fan, because everybody that's watching and everyone that's looking right now and you're tuned in, Aaron is a big Knick fan. So I want him to give us his assessment of how awesome that dunk was, paying respect to New York. Go ahead, Aaron.
I guarantee you, after that dunk and after the contest, he went and sat down and was like, I think I need to see a doctor. Nobody dunk with Tim's on anymore, man. That's what, early 1990s, early 2000s.
Oh, gosh.
It was horrible, bro. It was horrible. I ain't gonna lie.
You wasn't impressed by the Tim stuff?
When I seen that, I looked, my mouth was like, really? And then they showed the slow motion. I turned it off. I ain't even watched the rest, bro. I was so disappointed.
How you gonna do that as a Knick fan when he wearing a Greg Anthony jersey, man? You gotta respect that. No? Yeah, his face says it all. For those that may not, if you're watching on Spotify or any other audios, you'll see you can't see his
I'm
face,
gonna be honest
but
with
his
you.
face is smug.
This year All-Star game was, to me, besides the 75 list, was so, to me, was so waste of time, bro.
Ooh.
Wow.
So waste of time.
Ooh.
Okay.
I sit there and watch the Super Bowl halftime show over and over and over again before I watch the NBA All-Star Weekend again, bro.
Super Bowl halftime show.
No, nothing. That's what I'm saying. I sit there and watch those they performance multiple times before I watch the slam dunk contest, 3-point contest, any of that. And then the All-Star game, you was talking about it earlier. They don't even play defense, man. NBA
3 quarters. No defense for 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, they started stepping up. Aaron, before I let you go, because it looked like you trying to head out. Obi Toppin, man. Nick.
Okay.
You wasn't impressed with his dunks either?
Seen all these dunks before, bro. Ain't nothing new.
Listen, y'all, Fanatics got some hard critics, man. I ain't gonna lie. Shaq Face pretty much summed it up how bad that whole thing was. He was not
Kareem used
impressed.
to be a judge. They got a video of this dude off of a dunk. He just gets up and walk out, shaking his head.
David, I know how much pride you love and how much you take pride in assessing these dunk contests, and you know the Dominique and the Jordans and all of those great ones. Where does this measure up, man? I know Aaron gave his assessment. What is your assessment of this dunk contest, man?
Mike, I can go down the street to the park and watch a better dunk contest than what we watched last weekend. I can put $100 on the court and say whoever dunks the best, you win, and I would get more entertainment than what we got out of the NBA dunk contest this week.
Would you get more entertainment on the base if the base had a dunk contest than that?
Yes. Yes, on every ship. Yes, we could have the multiple dunk contests from people.
I'm done.
On these ships.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Dunk contest was so horrible. I'll be dunking.
Listen, Timmy, what is your Ruben? I'm gonna say you for last because I know how much you love the dunk contest. You told me about it last week. When the last one you watched was when Dr. J was.
It was Vince.
Oh man, he got me in tears. So I'm like, I know Ruben will be watching him. So I think he said it was 88 was the last one he watched. Timmy, how do you feel about it, man? Were they not prepared? What was it? What happened, man? Why did it turn into the debacle that it was?
It was just sad, man. And they weren't prepared. The legends looked at like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, the disappointment on their face was like.
I took a look at Shaq. I was like,
yeah.
If I know anybody from Jersey, I know what that look means.
Listen. Well, I'm glad you said that. Carl Anthony Towns won the 3-point contest and said, Jersey, y'all know what that is. If you're from Jersey, you know what that is. That's salute to you, Carl Anthony. I respect that. David, like I told you last week, you still connected. Don't act like you, because you where you at, you not connected. Ruben, it's on you, sir. Because I know you are a historian when it comes to all things dunk contest and how much you love it. So did you take the time out to watch this since it's been a little minute since the last one?
No.
No. You ain't even given it an attempt? Did you watch the highlights from it? Anything?
No.
No interest, man. Listen, it was as bad as advertised. It was as bad as advertised. You didn't miss anything.
I know.
You didn't miss anything. Young people, the NBA players, I know y'all, listen, y'all listen, applause you. You made it to the mountaintop. You made it to your professional career. You know that, dunking is an art. You want to really grab people's attention, dunking is what fills the seats. It's a young man that I posted up this week in the chat that did probably one of the best looking dunks I've ever seen. I used to be a dunker back in my day. I got people on here that can co-sign that. Listen, this young man, y'all need to go hire him so he can help give y'all some moves. Because I watched the rest of his film, and he dunks on NBA 2K, and they hire him. Go ahead, David.
Or better yet, stop having the NBA players do the dunk contest and just go out here and get these guys and give them a guaranteed contract. And get them a guaranteed contract if they win the dunk contest. Because I'm tired of seeing these guys in the NBA make fools of themselves, and then we're not getting the top players. Make it incentivizing and give these guys that do these dunk videos. Hey, I need 10 of y'all. Whoever wins the dunk contest, you get a guaranteed NBA contract for the rest of the season. Problem solved.
I love that idea. I love that idea.
I don't want to watch something bad, but I want to also be a problem solver. That's the answer to the dunk contest. NBA, I hope y'all listening.
Remember, people paid tickets to go to All-Star Weekend. I've been to it up here in the New York area back in the day when it came up here. The tickets are not cheap. So I don't want to go pay and watch trash, man. That was bad. That's like when they paid to go to the Pro Bowl in Vegas. No offense to Vegas, but that Pro Bowl was flag football. Go ahead, Aaron.
I don't agree with hiring people outside of the NBA because this is NBA All-Star Week. So you want NBA players there. But what I would say do is have the people vote them in and make the NBA make these players, if they're not injured, participate. Because I believe John Morant should have been in there. I believe what's the guy's name from Minnesota?
Oh, Anthony. He said he's the game dunker. He said he wouldn't do it because he's a game dunker.
That's what I'm saying. They say LeBron's a game dunker too,
Anthony
but
Edwards.
we still want to see him go out there and perform.
Surprised LeBron never did one. That's a surprise.
And that's why they're saying a lot of these stars are not doing it because LeBron ain't do it. That's what they're saying on the talk is right now.
Makes sense. All right, man. So listen. So the dunk contest was a unanimous thumbs down. Ruben didn't even watch it. It was bad. And y'all had all the OGs looking at y'all crazy, like, yo, what is this trash that we're watching right now? Do better, young people. If you're gonna sign up for the dunk contest, try to do something that's never been done before. If you know you've been trying it in practice and you have not been landing a dunk, I can speak from when I was a dunker. Don't try to dunk, dude. If you know you're tossing it up and you keep missing it in practice, chances are when you get out in front of those thousands of people, it's gonna look how it looked on national television.
Remember when Gordon and Zach LaVine went at it the last time?
Best dunk contest ever.
Mm-hmm. Can't get no better than that, and that's why the dunk contest is looking the way it's looking now. You can't top that.
You got to bring in, like David said, some of those guys that's professional dunkers. So them guys that are on these professional dunkers are the ones doing the dunks in NBA 2K and all these other things. They're the ones that's literally doing those dunks. So you gotta bring in some new blood that's hungry. I'm a millionaire. I'm a multi-millionaire. I don't care about dunking them. Get y'all applause. I already got my money. But that hungry dude, oh, he gonna come put on a show. And you're gonna be like, what was that?
The quickest fix.
Quick fix. Like that, NBA. So when we see the other stations talk about this concept, and just know y'all got it from us. Because y'all not mentioned it. We mentioned it 2 weeks in a row. Just so you know, we watching. Because y'all watching. I'm just saying. But all right, that's NBA. I think we touched on everything related to that. I have to go. We still got 30 minutes. We're doing good. So we gotta move on to. Actually, before I even do that, before I transition, I have to take a moment out before I get too late in the show. I'm wearing a particular shirt for a reason, right? So I have to thank y'all, man. Thank y'all. Listen, man, y'all know I'm not gonna cry. I'm holding together. Not gonna cry. Listen, my son Josiah, I want to recognize him and all the student athletes out there that's signing day pass for football. Well, early signing day, and guys are going and making their commitments to their schools, and they're being recruited, and it's a lot of pressure. And my son, who runs track and field out here where we live, he was in the recruiting process, did his last recruiting visit, his official visit, maybe 3 weeks ago. I want to say 3 weeks ago at the school it's a bit of mutual interest. And when we went for our final visit there and he stayed, I left him. He was on campus with the coaches and he was on campus with the team, and they really showed him a lot of love. And when I picked him up, he let me know, Dad, this is where I want to be. This is home. So he officially, made the announcement. So he is officially going to Sacred Heart University to run track. He's officially going to be on a roster, and this is literally his commitment. He committed to them, and everything is in writing and it's signed, sealed, delivered. The ink is dry. The brother will be running track and field on a D1 at a D1 school. So salute to him, man. And I wanted to acknowledge that because I can't just talk sports with everybody else and then it's right here in my own house and I ignore that. So I wanted to say applause to him. Great job doing that, making all conference and all of that, man. So listen, any young man that happens to come across this and you're doing your thing, don't give up on your dreams. Make sure you handling your paperwork. Make sure you're getting your NCAA eligibilities in there on time. Make sure you go to coaches, go to your resources. You got people that may know how to maneuver this thing better than you, so you don't be out there. And I'm gonna say this to you: don't put all your hopes and dreams on your coaches, because remember, there's a lot of kids on the roster. Sometimes the coaches can't focus on you like they may need to. So utilize the circle around you to get you where you need to be. So applause to you, Josiah, and I wanted to recognize that. So yeah, SHU, we in the building, baby. We in the building. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. So off of that, I respect y'all giving me that moment. I had to take it. I didn't want to wait to the end of the show. I wanted to acknowledge that at that moment. NFL, a lot of rumors. A lot of talking going on. It's a lot of talking. I'm seeing a lot of teams. I'm seeing a lot of craziness. Man, I guess I'm gonna start with the hottest guy that everybody and their mother seen to want to get is Aaron Rodgers, who I heard is supposed to be making his announcement in March, if I'm not mistaken, what his decision is gonna be. All right, gurus, I need y'all to put on your hats. It's documented. I need you to think about this. You didn't have time because I'm sure you didn't seen all the rumors circulating. Where is this man gonna go? Is he going to Denver? Is he staying put? Is he coming over to my boys, which I'm really hoping? Come on to San Fran, buddy. We got the trade ready. Where are we going right now? I'm gonna start with you, David. Aaron Rodgers. What say you?
I wish you would have left him for last because he is the biggest diva in sports, and I'm almost tired of hearing his name. But since we got to play that, let's entertain Aaron Rodgers because that's what the whole world does.
Yes.
I'm going to say he's going to stay in Green Bay, and he's probably going to make somewhere in the lines of $47 to $48 million in 1 year.
Yeah, it's going to cost him to keep him.
Yeah.
Man, it's going to cost because he going to make them sweat. All right, Green Bay is where you got him going. You know it's documented, right? I just want to make sure you know that people going to see this, and you might sound crazy if he like says, nah, I'm going to kick rocks, Green Bay. You good? You can change it now if you want.
I'm 100% good with that.
All right, I gave you a moment. All right, Ruben, I'm going to come to you. Where do you see? And there's a couple of players I got to talk about, but where do you got this man going, man? Or is he coming to y'all? He might come to Atlanta.
It seems like Green Bay is not going to have the cash to pay him. They got to also get the wide receiver, Devontae Adams. Yeah. They got to pay him too.
I see he out there too. Yeah, a lot of rumors about him.
I think they are over the, if I'm not mistaken, they're over the salary cap. Right,
$35.7 million.
So, and it's being said that Aaron Rodgers wants $50 million. So,
yeah,
I don't see him going back to Green Bay. I see him going to a championship contending team and probably take a little pay to win another champion. I would see him going Tampa. I can see him going to Tampa. Or I can see him going to San Fran. I don't see him coming to Atlanta. We're not a championship contending team, and we don't have nothing that he would want to.
That's real. I respect you. You've been real all night, brother. I respect you.
I don't see him coming to us because we're a chip contending team. We might have the money to get him, but
right.
Other than that, and our coaching staff ain't. We still trying to get that together. We just hired another general manager, so.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
The two I see him going to.
Okay. Okay. You sure about that? Again, I'm gonna pose it to you too. You want to change something? You had a chance to think about it as it came out your mouth. You like pause as as it came out of your mouth that you expressed, whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying. Are you good? You sure you want to keep that?
You don't have to ask me that. I don't take.
All right, you good? All right, good. Aaron. All right, Aaron.
I'm good.
All right, bet. All right, so it's documented. Y'all got you. I like it. I like the San Fran that you threw in there, brother. I hope that happens because I got my scenario I'm gonna pose. Go ahead.
I don't see that happening. He's not going to San Fran.
Where you got him going? Staying in Green Bay for $50 million?
It's too much going on. I mean, the money always talk, but I don't see him staying in Green Bay.
And they trying to trade him, from what I hear. They trying to trade him.
I don't see that for some.
Where you got him going?
Well, on the internet, I did see that they was talking about Tennessee, but I honestly think for some strange reason
Denver.
He's gonna go to a team where it's not that much needed. I see him. I'd be surprised, but I wouldn't be. This is weird. I'd be shocked but not surprised if he end up going to New England. Bill Belichick always tries something.
Well, they got the rookie that they just drafted. Remember, they just drafted.
I don't care. That's a rookie. I don't care.
New England ain't gonna pay that money. You forget New England's stingy. They're not gonna pay him $50 million.
Yeah, but if he's willing to win another ring, he'll take a pay cut, a big one too.
So you saying he would come there, even though Matt Jones got them, had a fairly good season for them. You still feel like,
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you feel like he would go there just because it would give him the. Do you want to be in Brady's shadow though? I don't know if he seems
that's
so.
That's the same thing if he's going to Tampa Bay. Brady just left there, so yeah. I just see him on another team where they definitely are already playoff contenders. They just need that one step over. But he's not going. I don't think he's going to a sorry team. I don't see him going to a team that won 2-3 games last year. No, that's not happening.
Maybe the Eagles, maybe Philly. No,
nah.
You ain't feeling. You don't see it happening. All right.
I would love that. I would love it, but
right.
I see him going to. Again, I see him. Not Green Bay. I'll tell you that, and not Tampa, not Green Bay, not Tampa, not San Fran. Gotcha. I don't see those. Not Eagles.
I keep seeing Denver name out there. I'm not gonna lie, and it's annoying me because they keep linking Denver every time I turn around.
But
so
you know what would be weird? It'll be weird to see him in the Giants uniform.
They love Danny Dimes too much for some reason. But y'all know how I feel about that. I'll leave that alone. I've bashed him enough all year. Believe me.
I like your wordplay.
So for me, here's my proposal: Aaron Rodgers, John Lynch. If you listening, Green Bay, whoever your executives are, this is Fanatics Live for the fans by the fans. We know our teams left and right. I'm a Niner fanatic. Like it's not too much Niner conversations you can have with me. My proposal is this. Y'all want Jimmy G to get traded to a competitor, right? That's what he said. He want to be considered. He want to go to a team. He's done what he needed to do. He's won with us. We owe him the right destination. Aaron Rodgers loves the 49ers. He's loved them since he was a kid. He should have came to us when we had the chance to right that wrong. We didn't. No disrespect to Alex Smith, like I said episodes ago, but I wanted Aaron Rodgers. Right this wrong. Let this man come finish off his career with us, make that trade. So what I'm willing to propose is this. We trade Jimmy G, and I'm even willing to give you for a Rodgers. I'll give you a first or a second because right now I feel like our team is so well put together that we got enough talent on the roster where I won't have to go and necessarily draft in the first round outside of a corner. We need a cornerback. But package Jimmy G and either a first or second round pick, and I'm willing to get that to y'all for Aaron Rodgers. And I'm good with that. So this year, Trey Lance can learn under Aaron Rodgers for a year, and then Aaron Rodgers can go up to the sunset. Can we go into the bowl? Because you're not beating us with him getting the ball out of his hand as quick as it is. That's what I want. That's my Christmas wish. I'm putting it out there. John Lynch, if you're watching, I'm going to ask you when I put this part of the video up, just so you know. Go ahead, David.
It sounds good, but money-wise, y'all not forking over $50 million for a quarterback.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
I'm about to say, it sounds good, but there's no way that y'all giving up $50 million. Y'all not giving up $40 million.
Remember, Garoppolo got a big contract. Garoppolo contract ain't small.
$28 million and $50 million.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. Trust me. That's a propose. I'm hoping that he'll give us the discount because he loves San Fran so much, and he wants to come here. You see how him and Jimmy G was just laughing it up in a playoff game when they was on the field. So I'm like, I think you want to come out here, buddy.
So now just note it because it's documented. You want players to take discounts now.
Aaron Rodgers, take the discount to come here. Come home, buddy. Come home. Come on. It ain't gonna happen. That man gonna get his money wherever he gonna go. I'm gonna put it out there. Terrence, he not going to Denver. I'm not hearing your mouth all season long. No. Paxton Lynch just signed with the USFL. Y'all gonna go get Kirk Cousins, and that's the extent of your quarterback. I'm calling it now. So that's where I'm at with Aaron Rodgers. Now, Russell Wilson. I'm seeing a lot of Russell Wilson floating around, gentlemen. Ruben, are y'all in play for him? I'm seeing your name listed. I'm seeing a couple of plays. I'm seeing Russell Wilson in a couple of places. Where you see? Do you see him leaving Seattle? Is there any truth to him in his Twitter with him just he's such a nice guy you never can tell. What do you think?
They've been saying he's been leaving for the past 2 years now. He's leaving. I don't follow rumors, especially when they've been saying it for the past couple of years and he ain't gone nowhere. You know what I mean? But if he was to leave, I'll take Russell Wilson. He's a smart quarterback. I'll take him in Atlanta.
Wow.
But Matt Ryan, they're not saying Matt Ryan is leaving either. So that's two. You know what I mean? So what they gonna do with Matt Ryan?
Yeah, I wonder what y'all gonna do because he's becoming a free agent. Correct? He's a free agent
next year, 2023, 2020.
Next year. But y'all, the speculation is the rumors are that you guys are looking to move him if the price is right. So you're comfortable with that? Like you've seen enough of him at this point?
Yes, I'm comfortable with that. Any player is movable.
That's an understatement.
Let's make that clear. Any player is movable for the right price if they're giving up what you want. So,
okay. So you're not locked in on no one player on your team that you like. Yo, he can't go. So you're cool with that.
I'm locked in on our number one corner from Clemson that we got.
Yes.
He needs to stay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. But everybody else suspect because the defense was trash last year. It's suspect.
Good point. David, Russell Wilson. I know y'all not in play. I can't see it. I think y'all love Derek Carr, contrary to what Richie believes. What you think?
Russell Wilson is looking around at the NFC West and saying everybody is getting better except for me. He's about to leave. Not only is he about to leave, he's going to go to, and Giants. I keep telling everybody, beware of this division. The NFC East is getting better and better by the minute. I see him going to sign with the Washington Commanders, and they have enough pieces to make a trade for him. They have the defense to back it up. All they are is a quarterback away.
You know what? I heard that too.
Wow.
I don't see that
too.
Going back into the season with a rookie quarterback, with the young guy that they have from Norfolk State. They can make a move for Wilson, and they will be an immediate threat in the NFC. So
I heard Washington, and they're saying Washington is ready to gamble to get him. They ready to gamble to get him.
Wow. So that would. I feel like that's no, I ain't gonna say no offense because there's no way for it to come out as not offense, but I feel like that's a step down for him to leave the Seattle and go to Washington. I feel like I don't think that's a good move, but
Washington receiving core is not that bad. Washington got a better running game. They have a better offensive line, especially if they re-sign Brandon Sheriff or franchise tag him a second time, which would be a big number. But the draft capital and that defense. Everybody said the defense underachieved last year. It wasn't that. It was the offense kept them on the field so long that made them look like they were underachieving. Russell Wilson is not going to get 3 and out and have the defense back on the field. It all makes sense. Look out for that move.
Russell Wilson and the Washington Commanders. Bah, 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 bah. trash, by the way. That's the worst ever. Don't ever do that again, whoever came up with that. All right, Washington Commanders. That's an interesting one. I did see that floating around too. And actually I'm gonna watch to see how that happens. I mean, listen, I'm cool with him leaving the division. Go. Get out of here. We can never beat him anyway. Go. Please get out of the division. Go. Go to the East where you can easily be in playoff contention every year. Knock yourself out. I get that move.
Well,
I think, and personally, I think Atlanta comes into play because of Sierra, man, his wife. I really feel like Atlanta is a place that just gonna make a lot of sense for him, and he gonna attract some people to come there because of him. So Atlanta is something you got to watch for Russell Wilson. I'm just gonna put it out there. I just feel like that. I just feel like. Then again, do she want to deal with her ex there? I don't know. Maybe Atlanta may not be in the cards because of that. But that's their personal life. But yeah, I'm thinking about that. All right, so we got him. Now, David, I also seen that your backup quarterback is seeming to be a hot commodity right now. I see a lot of rumors about him. Talk about that.
Mariota and once Jameis Winston's knee get healthy are both going to be hot commodities. Mariota fits so many schemes, either as a backup or as a better starting prospect than some of the, I don't want to call them bums, but then some of the bums started in the league last year.
Agreed.
So you could see him to maybe the Jets to push Wilson. You could see him to Denver because he's an upgrade over anything that Denver has there.
What about the Giants?
And everybody, the Giants are gonna get Mitch Trubisky. I keep telling everybody that. Just write
How
it down.
is that going to push Danny Dimes though? That don't seem like much of a man. Go ahead.
Because Trubisky fits the system. The Giants' current coach was Buffalo's offensive coordinator. It makes tons of sense.
Yeah.
It makes ton of sense. And
I had Mariota in the Giants because I just thought that running him and Danny Dimes, I felt like there's some similarities there, so I thought that might be the fit for him. But I hear you.
Well, Dimes is more accurate than Mariota is. Mariota might have a better arm, but he's more accurate there. So the Giants are not going to go and downgrade talent-wise. That's almost a downgrade because Dimes, in my eyes, is not a bad.
They've done it before. Oh, I'm sorry.
You think so? Mitchell Trubisky's better than Mariota.
Yes, because Mitchell Trubisky just had bad coaching. He's not a bad quarterback.
What you think about that, Ruben? I can see Ruben's face when you said that. What you think about that, Ruben?
He went to the playoffs 2 out of the first 5 years.
I'm gonna let him have that one because that might be true. I'm gonna wait and see on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna Mitch. You be having enough issues. I'm not gonna listen. You didn't quite live up to your draft spot, but listen, they maybe I'm not gonna throw you out just yet, Mitch. I think you can go if you go to the Giants. If he goes to the Giants, he's taking that starting spot. I'm just gonna put it out there, period, because y'all know how I feel about this current starter. So all right, so that's where we are with Russell Wilson. So so David, you got him going to the Washington Commanders. You got Matt Ryan. Where do you have Matt Ryan going with the trade? Is there anything to this trade rumors of him being snatched up possibly before the draft come up and all of that? I know March is going to be a lot of movement in March.
The thing with Matt Ryan is that $42 million is guaranteed. Like nobody wants to take that number. That's a deep number when it comes until next year. Like if I'm trading for Matt Ryan, Atlanta is giving me draft picks. I'm sorry. We're going to treat this like the NBA.
They don't have no problem with that. They give them up every year.
That's a big contract to take on.
They don't have a problem giving up draft picks. They give them up every year.
I'm just saying, like you know how the NBA, they go ahead and say, hey, we'll trade you Russell Westbrook and give you first-round picks for taking on the salary. It might have to be an NBA thing for me to take on $42 million. That's a lot of money to take on for a guy that's 37 years old.
Well, yeah, we are talking about Detroit,
and that's a lot of money for football. For football
players,
NBA players, NBA, they be like, yeah, take that and take some trades. That's why they do it like that. NFL, they're like, yeah, I don't want that hassle.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask y'all, man. I gotta come home. I know. Listen, I'm not gonna dwell on it long, but Jimmy G has also been circulating every day. I look, Jimmy G is proposed to go to somebody else. I already gave y'all my scenario. Give me Aaron Rodgers, Jimmy G, and a first. I'm cool with that. I'm cool. Cause they bashing Trey Lance, making him sound like a bum. I'm like, he played 3 games. I don't understand that, but that's neither here nor there.
And his stats went bad in them 3 games.
No, it's the game, dude. I had an argument with somebody this week, and I'm gonna get off it real quick. But the guy was making it sound like he had he stunk, dude. His last game was week 5. He struggled in that one. His next time touching the field was week 17. He threw for 249 yards on 23 attempts, 2 touchdowns. 1 pass was like a 60-yarder. What are you talking about? Mind you, he started off slow. His problem is he holds the ball too long. You can work on that. So I feel like I'm ready for the Jimmy G era to be over. He did. Listen, Jimmy, you did great with us. You brought us to championship games. You even got us in a Super Bowl. You did what you need to do. We need somebody to challenge the defense more. That's it. For the receivers we have. Ayuk is a deep receiver. You got to hit Ayuk deep. You can't keep throwing these underneath 10, 15-yard routes. That's how Debo got killed in that Ram game because you throwing it like, dude, go deep. They can catch deep routes. So we need somebody that's going to challenge deeper. I feel like either Aaron Rodgers or Trey Lance can do that. What do y'all see happening with Jimmy G? I'm ready for the era to be over with.
Well, you're going to have to wait until 2023 because I can guarantee you Jimmy G will be on the Niners roster next year. And it's not because he's a bad quarterback. He's in that middle tier with Kirk Cousins and the rest of those guys. And his deficiency is I'm scared to throw the ball deep.
Why you keep saying Kirk Cousins like your guy is much better than Kirk Cousins?
Carr is way better. Carr is one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. Kirk Cousins is middle tier. Don't get it twisted. Their games are not the same.
Kirk Cousins middle.
You just say Carr is a. Say that again because it's documented. Say that Carr statement again.
Carr is a top 10 quarterback in the National Football League. Kirk Cousins is middle tier. Like, stop.
Ruben, I'm the moderator, so I'm going to be quiet. Ruben.
I don't know about Think about the talent that Kirk Cousins has had over his career compared to the talent that Carr has had over his career. Think about the talent. If Danny Dimes if Danny Dimes has 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers, he gets the Giants into the playoffs over the last 1 or 2 times over the last year. Kirk Cousins can't get the Vikings into the playoffs having 2 top 10 wide receivers. Like, cut it out with this Kirk Cousins crap. Back to Jimmy G. Jimmy G will be back on y'all, but Kirk Cousins is middle of the road. I shouldn't even brought him up. I brought up this argument.
I'm still stuck that you said Carr is the top 10 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm stuck on.
Name me the quarterbacks that's better than Carr.
I'm the moderator. I'm gonna be quiet. Ruben, go ahead, sir. Who you got for Jimmy G? We're gonna come back to that because this is definitely documented. I don't know what you basing that. You basing that off last year, but the year before y'all ready to let him go. I'm just saying.
I've never been ready to let Carr go.
Not this year. The year before this, they was not happy with how he performed. Go look at his stat. He did not have a good year the year before that.
He's also never had talent.
Yeah, I guess so. Yes, tomato. I got you. Go ahead, Ruben. Who you got? My hopefully former quarterback going to because he's done all that he can do, man. We see what he does. The Rams stacked the box and said, "We dare you to beat us." That's your time to rise, man. They said, we're going to make you beat us. We're going to stop your run. Elijah Mitchell not running on us. Jimmy G, you got to beat us. When teams do that, that tells you something. So we need somebody that's going to challenge that. Where do you see him going or do you see him staying?
I don't see nobody wanting Garoppolo other than y'all.
Oh. Ouch.
I mean, y'all don't want him? But I don't see anybody else wanting him and ready to pay that money that y'all already given him.
The Jets need
That
a
was a low
veteran.
smack
The
in the
Giants need a
face.
veteran.
He's a
Tampa Bay go to succeed. You know, he can go after Brady. They need a quarterback in
See, but
Tampa
Mike,
Bay.
You
Mike,
talking about
you missing what Ruben said though, Mike. You missing what Ruben said. He didn't say
What?
these teams don't need a vet. He
They
ain't
don't
say
want
these teams don't need a vet. He just said your team is the only team that won them.
It's a sad reality that you might be right about that. Oh, man. So you don't see no trade happening, dude? Third rounder, Jimmy G in the third rounder? Like, no? You don't see it? Nobody biting?
No.
Nobody biting? Listen. So for 49er fans like myself, Niner faithful, any Niner fan that see this, these are teams that are not Niners. This is Atlanta, this is Philly, and this is Raiders. In their perspective, we don't have much with Jimmy G that's appealing to other teams. Y'all might want to take that in consideration when y'all talking crazy like Jimmy has had these phenomenal numbers. It's been
Y'all better go try to
okay
get
at
Aaron
best.
Rodgers.
It's been okay at best. So I'm curious to see what happens. I want the era to be over. Listen, man, you did what you needed to do. Thank you for exceeding expectations this year. Go start your next chapter. I'm ready for the Trey Lance or Aaron Rodgers era to be in place so we can get over the hump, because we can't beat teams if we're getting stacked, and you can't beat them when they're stacking. I'm sorry. It's not going to work. So that's my stance. So, all right, Jimmy G. What about Ryan Tannehill? I see his name mentioned as well. The disrespect with these playoff quarterbacks being on the list of rumors to be traded, man. What is going on? You're only as good as your last performance.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill, I think he's going to be a backup somewhere else.
Ooh.
I mean,
Ouch.
when you got the best running back in the game and you can't, I mean, come on.
Man, A.J. Brown had a good year. He threw the ball to A.J. Brown. He was getting him the ball. No? Not impressed?
He was throwing the ball to another guy that used to play in Atlanta, and he only showed up for 4 games.
Yeah, 4 games. Yeah, that didn't. That
Tannehill once again is in that middle of the pack, better than some people that I'm not going to name all over again. But he needs things to swing his way in order to be good. So,
you know what, David? I'm going to go back to that comment. You keep bringing that comment up.
If Tennessee goes ahead and refix their offensive line through free agency and the draft, I mean, he can get them into the AFC Championship, maybe even a Super Bowl. I'm not giving up on Tannehill yet.
I gave up on Tannehill a long time ago. But anyway,
wow,
let's talk about those stats with them 2 Kirk Cousins and
he came back to it.
His stats are inflated. I don't care if he only threw 7 interceptions and threw 35 touchdowns. They're inflated. He doesn't.
How is that inflated?
He doesn't dominate a game. Inflated. He doesn't take over games. He makes sure, hey, let me not make mistakes so I can get another $68 million here, $33 million here. He's a businessman, not a quarterback.
Let me ask you this.
Stop.
Wow. Let me ask you this.
Wow. Go ahead. We gonna move to our next. We're gonna move to our next one. Go ahead, Ruben.
I just got one thing.
Yeah, go ahead. You good?
He threw for 4,221 yards.
That's a great year.
33 TDs.
That's a great year.
And 7 interceptions. How is that inflated?
I know his numbers.
Please tell me how that's inflated.
I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan, but that's a good year.
I know Kirk Cousins and his inflated numbers. Yes, I know Kirk Cousins and his inflated numbers. Whoop-de-doo. What impact did that have on a 7-10 Minnesota Viking team? Where's the impact at?
Wasn't they 1 game away from making it to the wild card though? Matter of fact, we knocked them out. Thank you, Atlanta.
So what's the impact? And
okay, so since you went there,
he's not playing. He's not playing. He playing with Jefferson. He's playing with Thielen. Before that he played with Diggs, and he played with Thielen.
But
he has a running
4,000 yards. That's not good. And only 7 interceptions with 33 touchdowns. Let's look at your guy. Let's look at your guy.
Pull up the numbers. Pull up the numbers, Ruben. Let's hit the card top 10 numbers, sir. Go ahead.
He threw up 4,800, which is
Second
good.
in the league.
That's
But guess
amazing.
what? Guess what?
Second in the league. You're right.
Guess what? I'm not done. 23 touchdowns and 14 interceptions.
Hold up. He only threw, pause. He only threw 23 touchdowns with 4,800 yards.
Who did he
didn't
play
stutter.
with? Exactly. So
I
the
didn't
receivers weren't separating. They weren't getting great. He played with less talent and put up better numbers. He put up more passing yards. Like stop.
23 touchdowns with 4,800 yards. That's awful. A lot. Yikes. And then 12 picks.
That's the quarterback doing his job and the receiving talent or lack of receiving talent not doing their job.
It's a fair argument because he got the yards there. They just couldn't get in the end zone. That's crazy.
Come on.
So if they can't get in the end zone,
4,800 yards and only 20. He didn't even have 22
what is
touchdowns.
the quarterback's job?
Steven, if you make
Answer
Kirk
the
Cousins,
question.
Ruben.
What is the quarterback's job? What is the quarterback's job?
Good
manage
question.
the offense. But some quarterbacks go in there and they freaking will take Aaron Rodgers. They elevate their players' game. Carr elevates bad players' games. Cousins has great talent and he can't elevate himself. He wins in spite of his talent around him. He puts up numbers because he has so much talent around him.
Sir, let me
Come
tell
on,
you
man.
something about last year.
Interesting.
Cousins
Come on,
did
man.
his job. His defense didn't. That's why they got rid of the defensive coordinator.
Interesting.
Cousins did his job. Your quarterback, let's see your quarterback. Let's talk about your quarterback.
I'm telling you, if you switch Cousins, because we're
Quarterback.
Yeah, y'all doing this. I need y'all to get your meat and potatoes. Go ahead.
I'm about to tell him.
Go ahead.
A quarterback's job is to put the ball where? In the end zone, correct?
In the end zone.
Now, if you got 4,800 yards and you can't get it in the end zone, what does that say about your quarterback?
That says a lot about the lack of talent he has at his receiving.
No, that don't say nothing about the
That's
lack of
a
talent.
lot of yards.
If you can get all those yards down the field, why you can't get it in the end zone?
But
800.
because Ruggs, when Ruggs freaking,
I give you that one.
when Ruggs disappeared, his deep threat disappeared, and he still put up numbers. This guy deep threats didn't disappear. He couldn't get them over the level. Minnesota should have been a playoff team. You switch out Carr and Cousins, Minnesota is 12. We talking Minnesota's 12-5.
It's an interesting dynamic. I'm gonna pay attention to that. I didn't know that stat that Ruben brought up. That I knew he had a lot of yards, but I assumed the touchdowns was there to match.
He was second in the NFL.
I didn't know 4,800 yards and only 23. Garoppolo had 26, I think, this year, or 20. I think he had 20. 20 touchdowns. You mean to tell me Carr was 3 more than him?
Carr was almost 1,000 yards more than him, though.
That's why it don't make sense. How you throw for that many yards and only 23 touchdowns?
Because your receivers.
And then he had half as many picks. So
your receivers are playmakers. Our receivers are not playmakers. He needs more talent.
Interesting. Ruben was sitting on that. He heard you make the declaration that Carr was top 10 and he was waiting for that. So he was ready. He was ready for that.
Ruben and Kirk Cousins probably golfing buddies. That's why he freaking every time I mention Kirk Cousins.
Matter of fact, that might be the person that gave him the Brian Flores leak a couple of weeks ago. It might have been Kirk Cousins.
Every time I mention Kirk Cousins, Ruben get upset.
Look, no. The reason why is because I saw how he did this year. I saw how Kirk Cousins did this year. And he did his job this year. You know what I mean? He did what he came to do.
Okay.
That's why I said that. But your guy.
All right, so we off for NFL because we had our 2-hour mark, but we got our last topic for the night. Michigan Wolverines head coach Jamal Howard.
Boxing.
What team? Give me the team that they played again. Give me the team they played. Wisconsin's coach. What is his name? Because I don't know his name off the top of my head.
Nobody knows his name.
No one cares.
Wisconsin
All we know is Juwan Howard is all we care about. Wisconsin coach was a little aggressive, a lot aggressive at the end of the game. Keep in mind, Juwan Howard is a 6'10" gentleman, very big guy, 6'10", 6'9", whatever he is. You don't just walk and hey, you stop and talk to me. I ain't like what you do. Hey, you tall guy. Juwan Howard had a reaction. Juwan Howard said what he said. Them two mouthing off was no problem. You can let that go, a little pushing and shoving. But then the assistant for Wisconsin, I don't know what he said, and I'm gonna let y'all talk. If you know what was said, please tell me. David, what did Juwan Howard say was said to him for him to do the open palm smack? What happened?
I don't know the word verbatim, so I'm not going to sit here and put words in people's mouth. I'm just going to say it has to come to a point where everybody is treated equally, right? You cannot just go up to a grown man and put your hands on him just because he refuses to shake your hand. Granted, Juwan Howard could just got out of the handshake line and called it like so wrong is wrong is wrong. But the moment you put your hands on me and don't think you're going to get a response, cut it out.
You're tripping. Do you feel, was it too harsh, the penalty? And I'm going to come to you, Ruben, and give yours as well. Was it too harsh? Suspended the rest of the game? I love how his coaches came and just acknowledged him, and he said he had the best coaching staff. I just seen from their win that they got the other night. Go ahead, David. What you think about the penalty of the suspension for the 5 games?
It's 5 games. I say that was just. But where is the Wisconsin coach 5 games?
I don't know.
A $10,000 fine for going up and grabbing a grown man? He just showed, and I hate to play the race issue, but I have to be real in my mind.
Yes.
That coach showed a bunch of Caucasian people that is completely acceptable to go put your hand and be forceful on somebody because you don't like the fact that you felt disrespected. And they made it acceptable and gave him a slap on the wrist with a $10,000 fine. But Juwan Howard, because, you put your hands on me, so I'm going to put my hands back on you in a way that you don't like, gets suspended for 5 games. Granted, Howard was wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, no, this is injustice. But I am going to say, let's be real. He wasn't the aggressor in this matter.
Yeah, he was trying to walk by. He wasn't even trying to. He was like, yo, I'm out. I'm walking.
He was provoked. And then you talk about the fact that people try to spin it as, Juwan Howard strikes. No.
Facts.
Juwan Howard got violated and then was forced to strike. Yeah. And a lot of them good old boys in them other programs, and I'm going to keep saying it.
Yeah.
Spent it to where it was a black man starting this for them other networks by spinning the truth. That's why the moment that it happened, I went on our chat line and I posted the other angle of exactly what happened first so we could get the real narrative out of it. The real narrative out of it is that man assaulted Juwan Howard and Juwan Howard assaulted him back. And they both should have been suspended. I think Michigan was even wrong because Michigan gave Howard the suspension instead of letting the Big Ten deal with it.
Right. Come on, man. Yeah.
Make this an everybody problem. Make the Big Ten have to hand out both of those things. Because the moment you say Michigan suspends Juwan for 5 games, the Big Ten says, thank you for solving this for us.
Well, thank you. We don't have to do nothing. We ain't want to get our hands dirty in this anyway. So, hey, yeah. Wow. Good assessment, man. Good assessment. I like it. Facts! Respect to you, sir. Ruben, the floor is yours, sir. Juwan Howard, Wisconsin coach, 5 games to a 5-game suspension to a $10,000 fine that the school going to pay for him anyway. What you think?
What happened was this. He put his hands on a man. Now, what Juwan Howard should this is what Juwan Howard should have did.
Okay.
He should have smacked his ass when he first put his hands on him. And
I'm suspended anyway, huh? Take that.
The reason I say that is because one good turn deserved another right then. You waited, and then you reached and slapped him. Nobody knows what was said because there was so much commotion going on. Nobody knows what was said. It was all hollering and you. He should have smacked him when he first put his hands on him. He did grab him.
Yeah.
He grabbed him up. And then he let him go. He was like, oh, let me, because he was getting a little heated. I understand. I understand. But he should have smacked him when he put his hands on him. Because for one, that would have brought out everything right then and there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That would they wouldn't have had no choice but to say, well, he grabbed him first. Now they spinning it as he waited. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they always see the second. They always see the reaction, but they don't see what prompted. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
So that's why I say he should have smacked him first. Now, when he put his hands on him, I would have kept walking. I'd have smacked his hand off, and I'd have kept walking. I wouldn't even acknowledge it because you know what's going to happen. You already know the outcome.
Yeah.
You should already know.
That's true. Now they would have painted that as him being unsportsmanlike, and they would have tried to paint it. But it wouldn't have been as big as this, right? Yeah.
But then, if that's the case, then the Wisconsin coach can go out and say, "Yo, that was unprofessional what he did," and guess what? He's 100% right.
They still saying it's unprofessional.
Yeah, but now he's unprofessional.
He wasn't going to shake his hand anyway.
Are you worried? Are you worried that his job is in jeopardy after this?
Nah, I'm not worried. I'm not worried because they would have been said his job was in jeopardy if it wasn't. They would have been said something.
David, what say you?
I say this: that championship that he won might hold some weight, but the season that they was already having and that happening is a good excuse to get him out.
I think
so we can get somebody back in with the talent that he's already built up.
That's what I see. I see this as a.
I'm gonna say this.
I don't know.
If they try to get him out right now.
Not right now.
They're going to that college.
Yeah, not right now.
Not right now.
They go.
You asked me, is his job in jeopardy right now? I said no.
Yeah. Good point.
Now down the line, yes. He's got to save his life right now because of all the things going on with minorities in the NFL and all. Yeah. He has a saving grace right now.
Yes.
But he do one more thing.
Yes.
And I know he had the situation where he almost fought a player. I think was it earlier this year? Or it was a situation that got a little heated. So they're trying to paint again. I'm not going to paint
reasons. When you give them reasons to paint that picture, it's your own demise.
You got to be conscious of that because they are looking, boy.
Because I'm gonna say this, and I'm just keeping it 100.
Yeah.
You getting mad because he called the timeout, whether it's unsportsmanlike or not. You let all that do this to you.
Yeah. I didn't understand about. I literally didn't. I was like, dude, the game was already done. Like, what was the problem?
You let this one timeout.
Call a timeout, just get the game over with. But in the same token, you're mad. Put your team in a better predicament to go ahead and perform.
Exactly. That's it. You're mad. Now your team ain't performing like they're supposed to because you're mad. You ain't thinking clear. You know what I mean? When you how should those closing seconds have been handled? I'll start with David and then I'll come to you, Ruben, because you brought that up. No, I'm gonna start with Ruben first since you brought it up, and then I'll go to David. How should those closing seconds should have ended for that game? He should have just went ahead. If you're gonna walk in the line, shake the man's hand and go on about your business.
Okay. What about the timeout portion?
The timeout portion. Well, why would you? If you're already losing, and this man called a timeout, and it didn't impact the game in any way, it wasn't a bad call because you can call timeout with 1 second left if you want to.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He called a timeout. Whatever his reason was his reasoning. You don't know what his reasoning is. Even if he was trying to get underneath your skin, why would you win? Yeah. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
You are the head coach of a team, and you got players that look up to you because of the fact that you was an NBA star. You came back to your alma mater to bring these boys up.
And they here because of you. They're literally at this school because of your legacy with that school. So
and now you tarnish your whole.
They was ready to throw hands. Not even ready. They was throwing hands. Them kids they was on it. They was like, what, coach? Let's go. Like
man. And you tarnish the school and your reputation just for a timeout. Does that make any sense?
All right, so you felt like he should just walk past if he ain't want to shake hands and keep it moving.
You shouldn't even got in the line to shake hands if you ain't gonna shake nobody's hand. That don't make sense to me.
Got you. All right, David. Thank you, Ruben. We're about to close it out. David.
Yeah,
how's that been handled?
That's what I say. The timeout being called, I get it. It was childish, unnecessary, but you don't let it get under your skin, like Ruben said. And you're already frustrated and you're showing your emotions there. Just don't get in the line. Just don't get in the line. Do your conference interviews after that and explain why you didn't get in the line.
Okay.
People might look at you like, oh, that's unprofessional, that's not sportsmanship. But it gives you time to save grace, vice that stuff actually happening and getting let out there. And those players reacted the way that they coach reacted,
100%,
which was really the troublesome part about it from the Michigan standpoint. From the Wisconsin standpoint, I'm still going to state this: a bunch of Caucasian men saw their coach do and touch an African American man, and they now think that that's probably an acceptable standard. So it's still wrong. That whole
thing.
3 to 5 minutes of that was just wrong.
It was ugly. It looked, and then you look at the rosters and they're like white, black. It looks,
and that's the part when I seen it. I'm seeing Michigan and they yellow, a bunch of African American people. I'm seeing Wisconsin and they white and red, and I'm a bunch of Caucasian people, and I'm like, hey, somebody really needs to jump in and say, look at how this looks.
Yeah. And remember, they got family members in that audience, so it's popping off. You can see the crowd was getting it was getting ugly. It was about to get ugly. And these students, by the way, we did stuff. So, all right. So, Aaron, I don't know if you're on, but if you are on, you are a coach. You coach high school kids, AAU, and things like that. I'm sure you're familiar with how the Juwan situation went with the handshake going wrong and all of that. I don't know if you're here, but I'm gonna see if you are. Let me know if you're here. If you're not, then we're gonna get ready to close out. Aaron, you there? He's not there, so I try to give him his moment to give him his assessment. But yeah, I think I totally agree. Go ahead, Ruben.
I just got one more thing, man.
Yeah, by all means.
We're all grown men.
Yeah,
we control the narrative of what happens to us at any second of the day.
Agreed.
I don't care what's going on. If somebody's belittling you and you answer to that, then you got to deal with the consequences of your actions when you follow up an ignorant person.
Facts.
Because when people get ignorant, they get ignorant. It ain't I'm gonna be ignorant 1 second, then I'm gonna be nice to the next. No, it's gonna go however you want it to flow. If you want it to flow that way, then it flows that way. You know what I mean? You control the narrative of what happens to you every second of the day.
That's a fact. Got to be smart, man, in those moments. And it's easy to say that from our standpoint, but you're a big guy, and this little white guy grabbing on you like you one of his players.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we're equivalent. We're equal. You don't grab me like I'm one of your players. Who are you reprimanding? So, yeah, I mean, listen, every action has a reaction. That's all I'll say. So, yeah.
Don't get in that line of fire.
That's it. Keep it moving. Go the opposite way. I'm not shaking your hand. Let them talk. And then you can address it in the press conference when you get in the locker room and be like, you know what? I didn't like that. I wasn't in the mood to shake hands. So, you know what? That's it. And what they're going to say, they can write an article about that. That'll disappear in 3 days. Nobody going to care about that.
Exactly.
But the open hand, pimp slap, it's a little different. So, yeah, we still talking about it. So, hopefully, Juwan, when you come back, clearly your team supports you and they rock with you. You're not new to the spotlight. You've been in the spotlight pretty much your whole life, so your whole career. So, hopefully, this will just mull over, and when you come back, it won't be the topic of conversation for your university. And, I'm hoping the university, including the Big Ten, like David said, don't try to get sneaky. It's fine. This is an opportunity, Michigan and the Big Ten, to do something when he's building something great at that school already. So we'll see how it play out. But Thank y'all all for your insight tonight. Shout out to you, Ruben. Shout out to you, David. Shout out to Timmy. Shout out to Steven, who had to drop off. Steve, I hope you ain't get upset because I muted you. It was happening tonight. We not going back and forth. Make your point and stick to it. Nothing personal. Timmy, shout out to you. Aaron, shout out to you. This is what we do, man. Sometimes it get heated. Sometimes it's cool. But I always want to make sure it's controlled chaos. That's how it works. If it ain't controlled chaos, then it's just going to be a bunch of all over the place. So thank y'all for your insight tonight. This is Fanatics Live for the fans, by the fans. Salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. And again, shout out to the student athletes out there trying to make their mark. We applaud y'all. Go get that education. Go get the perks that come with being recruited and all of that good stuff. So y'all have a good night, man. Salute, salute, salute. Follow us Facebook at Fanatics Live. There it goes right there. Tell your people you can be on the show and you can be one of the guest panelists on the screen. Know your facts. You heard the facts they brought up tonight? They brought up some facts tonight. So make sure that you have your facts ready. And I gotta say, if I'm gonna give it tonight to anybody, Ruben, I gotta give it to. You've reached guru status. Wow. I respect it, man. So that's what you got tonight, David. I think you really hit the nail on the head, man. Guru status to you, man. Salute to y'all, man. Fanatics Live for the fans, by the fans. Deuces. We'll see y'all next week, man. Right. God bless. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.